The Rewatchables is brought to you by the Ringer Podcast Network, where you can find the big picture with Amanda Dobbins.
That's right.
You can't find Mina because she works for ESPN, does football.
You might.
Came here. She coordinated stripes with Amanda.
Yes. We actually did text about our outfits this morning, but we didn't name the pattern that we were wearing. And so
I changed because I felt like it was too on the nose to wear all white.
Okay.
Since we're doing a Nancy Meyers movie. And, you know, white party is like not a good thing right now. So I changed.
That's a good note. Yeah.
So I changed. Literally, I was wearing a white shirt over this and I changed. And of course.
And now here we
were
are.
twinning.
Yeah.
Diddy's scared off outfits.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. You did a football show earlier today. Did NFL Live.
Yeah.
And now
white.
we're tackling It's Complicated. Just an elite movie. Nancy Meyers. Let's do it. We're going to play the trailer and we'll go.
Jane and Jake used to be married until he cheated with Agnes. Now they're married, but he still has feelings for Jane.
I've never really known how to live without you.
You're not.
Turns out I'm a bit of a slut. This is wrong.
I like that you stopped getting bikini waxes.
So wrong.
And just when it couldn't get any more complicated,
You brought me a gift.
I thought that would.
it did.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
It's complicated.
OMG, I thought he'd never leave.
This film is not yet rated.
This episode of The Rewatchables presented by Holiday Inn by IHG. It's a new day for a new stay at Holiday Inn for business travelers. Do you count as a business traveler, Sean?
Sure, sometimes.
Okay. With modern spaces for meeting and working, plus delicious dining for breakfast happy hour. Do you eat breakfast, Sean?
I do. I had an apple and a breakfast bar this morning.
Oh, interesting. I don't need any breakfast, but I do love happy hour and dinner. They have that too. You have everything you need to get your work done. Give your everyday business travel an upgrade. Book your next business trip at Holiday Inn by IHG. Visit holidayinn.com to book your stay. All right, the GOAT, Nancy Meyers.
Absolutely.
Love it.
You go first, then we'll go to Mina. We've done Nancy Meyers before on the pod, but come on.
We have, but I don't know whether I fully articulated my Nancy Meyers auteur theory on that Rewatchables. So if we're going to call Michael Bay an auteur, if we're going to call, any of the genre or like big budget filmmakers with a specific style auteurs, then Nancy Meyers 1,000% it. Like a recognizable visual style, themes that she returns to with some of the greatest actors in the world, made a ton of money, and a huge influence, like certainly in movies. And you can watch all the bad Netflix ripoffs of her like all the time, but also, design, like Airbnb. Lots of companies owe Nancy Meyers like a really big check and have been selling like the Nancy Meyers aesthetic for a very, very long time. So I'm a huge fan. And this is, if not the best of her movies, my favorite of her movies.
Really?
Maybe my favorite.
Starting off hot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's
Over Something's Gotta Give.
Well, that's the best.
Yes, that is best.
It's the best.
Okay.
And that is where like the auteur theory like fully comes through, because that movie makes over $100 million. Diane Keaton, Jack Nicholson, and Keanu Reeves. Forgive me for not saying Keanu Reeves sooner. But I don't know. I realized, Bill, also when we were watching this and thinking about talking with you, this is a divorce movie and a divorced kids movie. So maybe that's a little bit where I come in, where I have a soft spot. I do as well.
Are you a COD or no?
I am not a COD.
All right. So we'll take that part.
Yeah.
Your Nancy Meyers thoughts, because you have not been on a Nancy Meyers Rewatchables yet.
Every single one of her movies is a rewatchable to me. So I'll start off there. I don't know how many of you guys have done. You've done Holiday, I know.
Yes.
They're all rewatchable.
The only one we haven't done is Something's Gotta Give.
And The Intern. And then also if you count the ones that she wrote.
Baby Boom,
Baby Boom.
Yeah, we were talking about Irreconcilable Differences, which is not available anywhere.
Bill and I did Father of the Bride, and we both cried.
We didn't do Parent Trap.
That's true. Oh, Parent Trap, very important to Craig's generation, and a classic.
The COD movie,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
I agree with pretty much everything Amanda said. I like how you defined why she is an auteur, and because I feel like it's a genre movie. All of her movies are genre movies, but elevated, right? They're comfort food, both visually and the plot points and the characters and all that. But they're better than your usual rom-com fare because of the performances she gets out of her actors. And then they defy conventions in a lot of ways. So I love every single one of them.
And the actors who want to be in her movies.
Totally.
She just gets a higher class of
A-list.
people.
Yeah.
She gets the best, Baldwin, probably the best movie performance he's done this century.
Absolutely.
He had some good ones in the 90s. What I like about her, why I said the GOAT, is I just think she's a one-on-one. Nobody's
Totally.
in this universe. Like, she's going to die and nobody's going to be like, oh, that's the new Nancy Meyers. And I don't know what it is. Like, the real estate, which we're going to talk about a lot.
Yeah.
But some sort of eye she has on how the movie should look. And then the fact that she has like these complicated, well thought out, well structured adults that you don't get to see in movies. Usually they're just in some sort of lane, or it's like, oh, I know that person.
Yeah.
The Meryl Streep character in this movie is really interesting. There's a lot going on, and you feel like by the time the movie's over, you feel like you know her, and she's like, oh, she's in a better place now. And
Right.
oh, she doesn't need to be with Jake anymore. She should be like, she's grown past this.
But you want to argue with her in the moment, and you're like, no, why are you doing this?
Yeah, you got to
Or-
spark with Jake.
Yeah, or there's
Ride
some
it.
decisions she does or doesn't make during the course of the movie that I think about regularly, including the brow lift. You know, so she's going through it, and you go through it with her. I'm not getting a brow lift, but
Okay,
every time
Jesus.
I think about like, should I do something to my face? I think about that scene, and it's complicated.
Yeah.
And the plastic surgeon being like, we will staple your skull back this way, and
You'll
then you'll have a headache for
6 months.
3 to 6 months. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
So she writes Private Benjamin, Reconcilable Differences, Baby Boom, Father of the Bride.
Yeah.
I Love Trouble, a movie that I feel like with different actors might have worked. Like a good example of
Maybe.
like Nick Nolte and Julia Roberts together. No, thank you.
Do they
It
hate
just
each other?
didn't work.
I feel like there's a they hated each other.
And they're
subplot.
Behind the scenes,
Yeah.
they hated each other's
Oh,
guts.
behind the scenes.
Yeah,
But
that's what I
then,
meant.
and
Sorry,
then
not-
on, they're like, are they rivals or they work for
They were
newspaper?
newspaper
Reporters,
rivals.
yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
dated. I don't even know what that would be now. But yeah, it was one of those that I think with different people maybe works. Father of the Bride too. Parent Trap directs.
Yeah.
What Women Want? How do we feel about that movie now?
I will be honest, I rewatched it a few years ago, and like if you put everything you know about Mel Gibson in a lockbox, which
you can't
maybe
take the Gibson
which
baggage.
maybe also you have to do with Alec Baldwin for this movie, but
Yeah.
anyway, he is very charming in it, and it is kind of funny. It's like obviously a little retrograde, but
It did well.
yeah.
They mostly do well, right? I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
like she's constantly underestimated. We'll get into that, I'm sure, when we talk about the
Yeah.
criticism of it, both as an artist and when it comes to the box office, over and over again, year after year with her. And they're
Totally.
all bangers. I would say What Women Want is kind of low on my power rankings personally,
Same.
if
Might
I were
as well.
to do a final
Yeah.
rankings, but it's still a good movie.
Something's got to give the holiday. It's complicated. The Intern all in
Yeah.
a row.
Heat.
And she after It's Complicated doesn't really do anything for 6 years.
Right.
But it's getting up there in age. Maybe only want to do really great ideas. I don't know.
And then The Intern is 2015 at this, so it's been 10 years. She wanted to make a movie,
Yeah.
but they
Netflix, right? Yeah.
Well, and I think Warner Brothers, but they couldn't agree on a budget. And many people were saying that Nancy wanted to spend too much on her movie. To which I say, give Nancy all the
Yeah,
money that
let
she
Nancy
needs.
cook.
Yeah, let Nancy cook. We let everyone else cook. This stuff costs money.
Maybe she wanted like a $200 million.
I think it was actually like 180 was like the budget of the whole movie. So that was a lot.
Well, it's funny that in the era of streamers overpaying for stuff that people were like, whoa,
Yeah.
Too far.
Yeah,
Nancy's
yeah.
Too far.
going too far.
But when you go back to the beginning of her career, it was like the same thing.
Yes.
Oh, who's going to see this movie with just a woman as the lead? Goldie Hawn. Do women even go to? Yeah, turns out women go and
They do.
like literally flocks to see her
Yeah.
movies.
Well, I mean, we'll talk about the Meryl Streep part, but there's a whole Nancy Meyers real estate. I don't know if you've done this deep dive.
I'm excited to
It's
talk
a
about
cottage
So ready.
industry of people writing long think pieces about Nancy
Well,
Meyers.
you know, everybody's got to make a
houses.
living.
Here's what I think the common themes. I did a lot of research.
Okay.
Big giant rooms with high ceilings.
Mhm.
Of course.
She loves the high ceilings.
Like
Likes like a lot of
Like a great
space.
room or just
big
kind
room.
of,
If you can see another room behind the room we're looking at,
yeah.
home run for her. Like
Okay.
if you can see the kitchen behind like the big casual living room, she's
So open
pumped.
floor plans.
She likes open floors. She likes when it looks lived in. There's knickknacks everywhere.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
I don't
Sure.
even imagine how many. She must just be in the set for like a week, just putting
I think
little
so.
weird knickknacks down. Neutral paint colors for the most part.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Doesn't go crazy. No like aqua kitchens
Yeah,
or
no
anything
accent
like that.
walls. Yeah.
A lot of wood.
Mm-hmm.
She likes wood. She likes oak, like big
Yeah.
antique kind of. You can see you found it in some yard sale. And then the kitchens.
The kitchens.
Every time
Yeah.
there's a kitchen in a Nancy Meyers movie, my wife is like, that kitchen is I just can't believe. And this one has maybe the best one of all of them.
It's true, though the irony of it is that the plot engine of the movie is that she wants to renovate it. And for many years,
I had it in a nitpick because it's a great
well,
kitchen.
do you wanna see
Expand.
she wants to expand it. And for many years, I've been like, it's perfect. I will say, rewatching it again to defend that take, like some of the storage, like things are crammed in. You know what I'm saying? She can't really move the way that she wants to.
Right.
She probably has more stuff and less places to put the stuff. So now I do understand why she wants a bigger
Nice
kitchen
little
in this
table in the
movie.
middle for her kids to sit at. I
Yeah,
like that
the
part.
island.
The high island deck.
She wants the entire kind of the engine of the movie is her redesigning this kitchen, which she wants. She says 4 walls, its own room, which is very outdated because the format they use for the movie.
Though, is that is that standing in for what the character wants? At the beginning, she thinks she wants 4 walls closed off, and then she needs to learn to let love in. See what we did, Mina? Yeah.
I mean, I like her house as it is. Her $10 million house that a bakery owner could absolutely afford.
It's like a dream house for me.
She makes California seem like the best version of California in all her movies too. Like this is supposed to be like Santa Barbara, right?
Yes.
And it's
Santa Barbara.
Sun's out all the time. There's no morning haze in this version of Santa Barbara.
No,
she's beautiful.
She's jogging at 8:30, forgets her meeting.
Super sunny.
Yeah.
Does it bother you at all that she lives in the house of like a Hollywood studio owner and she is the bakery owner in Santa Barbara? Like, the house has a courtyard. The garden is in, like, are you, because it's escapist.
She got divorced, right?
Right.
So
she got divorced from a lawyer.
We figure he's a rich lawyer.
Yeah, but he didn't make partner until after their divorce.
Oh, interesting.
Because he says in that speech, he's like, you finally made, I made partner, you have your bakery, like we made it where we're supposed to be. Now, I do think that's a little late in the chronology because he's 58. And so he's probably making partner by 45. Even I know Big Law has its issues.
Yeah.
So, but, listen, I have lawyer parents. But he is making some money.
But I mean, this is part of movies and TV shows. Everybody's house and apartment is way nicer.
Listen, that bakery should be making a lot of money. Maybe in 2009 it wasn't.
It was packed.
It is packed, but they're only charging $6.50 a bag for granola. Now that granola would be definitely $22.
Right.
Yeah. You walk in and it's like Jones on 3rd-esque. So
they probably shot it in the Prospect Park Boathouse. The bakery is not LA, which kind of blew my mind. But the reason I asked that question is it came up in a lot of the reviews. We were like, this is so unrealistic. A woman they didn't say woman.
Well,
sorry,
that's
but
annoying.
The business owner would never be able to afford this house. And it's, and I thought, and John Wick can't kill 20 people in 2 minutes, but it's the same part of your brain. It's just a different version of it. To your point, comparing to Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Shut it off.
It's funny. I was thinking the opposite. I was thinking how if they made this movie like 15 years later, she would be like a borderline billionaire.
Right.
She would have like this incredible social media and she would be a franchise and be sending her desserts out to 20 countries.
Yeah. So like maybe they haven't franchised it out yet.
That's the remake.
There are multiple Jones on 3rds now. So
who's starring in the remake when they do that? When it's basically, it's complicated again, but now she's
I'm like an Instagram
bakery
baker.
mogul.
Dakota Johnson.
She's basically Nancy Silverton crossed with whoever. Yeah, maybe it's Dakota Johnson. She's back. So this house, Spanish style ranch.
Yeah.
Soft white kitchen.
Yeah.
Just a lot of dishes. That's another Nancy Meyers thing. It's
sure.
like
Can we talk about open
dishes.
shelving?
Yeah.
It's one of my big issues with the Nancy Meyers aesthetic in general. And otherwise,
I think she thinks it looks good.
But I guess it looks good in movies.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's an epidemic in real life, and it's so hard to maintain. You got to keep everything just so. What if you're actually using your dishes? How do you keep the dust off of it?
You don't have to worry about that in a movie, though.
I know that's true. But I think that it's one of these things where we've set unrealistic
Mina's like, what did I get into? I was talking about the Green Bay Packers backup quarterbacks.
I know you. Okay, so I've been to both of your houses.
Yeah.
I was like, actually, Bill's house, I feel like, has a little bit, just compliments to your wife. There's a little bit of a Nancy Meyers vibe to the interior.
In a lovely way.
It really is.
Yeah.
Jeez.
For you, I feel like the palette, maybe, the neutrals is very, but you do like a tidier, less
Well,
you know,
I just
shabby chic look.
I mean, I wish I liked a tidier thing. Here's the issue: is that I don't we just have too much stuff, you know. But the open shelves, there's nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
So it's
Nice.
stressful.
There's front porch is always good. There's always a porch
Yeah.
or a deck.
I'm in the courtyard.
The
Nice
courtyard.
Got a nice little view of
I
the
mean,
ocean.
The garden
Is
Come
insane.
on.
Really nice house. I personally think there would be people there all the time working on that garden.
Yeah, of course.
That's like a 5 days a week. People trying to keep that going.
like the size of those tomatoes.
Yeah, there's just there's just too much, and probably some coyotes.
Maybe her.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like no netting, there's no acknowledgement of wildlife, which are if you've tried to grow tomatoes as I have, it didn't last very long.
Why not her children? Because they appear to not have jobs or do anything other than just hang around Meryl Streep's house.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait to go
the
into
kids,
the children.
oh my!
But this is
I
a trope.
can't
This
wait.
is another Nancy Meyers trope, which is these like children of
Right. Excuse me, Amanda Peet was a very, very high profile
That's
auctioneer
true.
at Christie's and or Sotheby's. Okay. She's 28 years old and is just like auctioning off millions of dollars of art.
But she had children in real life, right?
Amanda Peet during.
No, Nancy Myers.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Because the children in the movies do not resemble
Yeah.
adult children that people have.
No, it's true.
Which it's like her fantasy of what adult children would be for a divorced couple. And this is how they would act. And
Just around.
they're all going to climb in bed together and just
Yeah.
be ready to talk to mom.
Yeah.
One of them's like 28.
That's true.
Meryl Streep,
Yes.
the actual GOAT.
Yes.
Like the best actor of all time.
Where to even begin, right?
I wrote a column, I think for ESPN the magazine, must have been like 08 or 09, where I figured out some scoring system for actors and actresses based on Oscar nominations and whatever. And even then, she had the highest score by far. And now she's had, I don't know, 6, 7 more nominations. Like, but this is a really interesting stretch of her career where it feels like she's moving maybe on the back nine of something.
Okay.
Like, she's hitting her mid-late 50s, maybe time for the new generation to come in. She rips off Devil Wears Prada, Mamma Mia, Doubt, Julia, It's Complicated, and The Iron Lady from 06 to 11. 4 Oscar nominations and 1 for Iron Lady. It was honestly like Brady.
Yeah.
Just not.
Wait, but did she have a-
it was like
she
Brady,
didn't really have
the
a lull.
second 3 Super Bowls,
Right.
and Tampa.
Yeah.
Just ripping them off.
I was there because he lost one to the Phillies. I mean, to the Eagles. Sorry.
I know.
Right city.
I know it was a big thing for all the Philly people.
You lop off Iron Lady, and that's one of like the great film runs in history, in my opinion. From Devil Wears Prada to
6
It's
years.
Complicated. I know, but like I
But just like that 6-year run is better than most actor or
Totally.
actresses, any run they've ever had, where you have commercial movies, Oscar movies, Oscar performances.
And I feel like emblematic of like when you try to describe what makes Meryl Streep so great, which is really challenging to do succinctly, those movies, there's no like clear through line. They're all, the characters are all so different. Her performances are so different. And that to me is her defining quality as an actress, which is she has
she's the
played
goat.
literally every type of character in every possible way. And this character is, I would say, and It's Complicated, unlike even like, including some of the romantic comedies, unlike any other character she's ever played.
She is the Saturday Night Live sketch when they pretend to be when like Chloe Feynman's pretending to be Meryl Streep.
Mm-hmm.
That's who she is in
She's
this
like
movie.
amused.
She's laughing at everything,
Delighted.
every joke. She's just happy. And then Devil Wears Prada doesn't crack a smile for 2 hours.
Doesn't raise her voice, like about everything at a whisper.
What's your number one Meryl Streep performance ever? I mean, you can get artsy fartsy with this if you want to.
I mean, the most important to me is absolutely Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
I think about Miranda Priestley all the time.
Do you think she thinks that? She's probably like, how the fuck did they not think this is Sophie's choice?
She's making another one, but no, I don't. Another Devil Wears Prada.
No, I know. Because I actually think it's probably her most enduring performance, as weird as that sounds, because she's won 3 Oscars and been nominated like over 20 times. But I think Devil Wears Prada will live on 50 years from now.
Yeah.
And be the first movie people think of her in, which is kind of crazy.
Do you think that's the first one?
I mean,
I kind of do.
What else? But
I'm not talking about like how great a performance was.
No,
Just
I hear
like
you.
what's
Like,
on TV, what
iconic
gets
and memorable.
Like when your kids get older, at some point they will watch that movie.
It's the most rewatchable, I would argue,
Easily.
of any of her movies.
I mean,
it's one of the most rewatchable movies of all time.
It's in the
She's
running for most
incredibly
rewatchable
in
of 21st century.
Yeah. How do you feel about them making a second one?
I'm excited for it.
So am I. I like my heart's open and everyone's coming back.
Everybody's coming back.
Except for Adrian Grenier.
Well, that's fine.
So he needs to come back.
No, he's good. He's in Boston.
No.
He's been making French
He
fries.
needs to come back.
He's fine.
He's figured out a new grilled cheese recipe.
No.
Even though he's been cheated on 28
One
times.
of the all-time pointless male romantic comedy roles.
This is a real loser.
It was really
What are we
when they
doing
flipped the
here?
tables on that part. And it was like, what if a guy just had the shittiest part in the movie by far? Anyways, this was a crazy run for her. And I was like, I wonder if this is the best run of her career. And then you go back and there's this like
70s
Sophie's
and
Choice,
right.
French Lieutenant's Woman, out of Africa, Silkwood.
Yeah.
And she's just,
Heartburn.
she basically
Kramer
gets
in there.
nominated for the Oscar every year for
Right.
like 7-8 straight years. So it's not.
Also,
but
Deer Hunter Manhattan, Kramer versus Kramer.
that was her best supporting actor run.
Yeah. No, it's
I still
pretty
think
crazy.
Kramer versus Kramer, I think, is my favorite performance of hers other than Devil Wears
I have a
Prada.
take sort of related to that movie for one of my categories.
Okay.
that I'm
save it.
going to save.
And then Alec Baldwin,
Yeah.
who in the 2000s
Talk about it.
transitions into becoming a really, really funny actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's an incredible SNL guest host. He's in Along Came Polly. He's really funny. He's funny in The Departed. He's excellent in this. Does 30 Rock.
Right. And this is the same time. as
30 Rock's
Rock,
happening.
Right?
Right? Yeah.
And he's kind of like an A-lister again, like in a real way.
Are you guys 30 Rock people?
I never was.
Okay, but you're familiar
I know
with
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
Is he just playing Jack Donaghy in this movie?
Pretty much.
Okay, I just wanted to.
Totally.
And it's not a bad thing. I would argue he almost runs away with this movie. He is
Totally.
incredibly funny. We're going to get into, but he is basically
Yeah.
just
I
playing
guess
the
I
same
think
character.
of it. And,
Softer Jack.
like a more likable
well, it's like,
version.
I
Hornier.
think of this
Hornier.
Alec Baldwin as there's 80s, there's Working Girl, Alec Baldwin,
Yeah.
speaking of, rewatchables. And he's handsome and
Are we doing
kind of
the
a
phases of
dirtbag.
Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, well, that's
Because
how
don't
I
forget
think of
about Malice Alec Baldwin.
Sure, right, where he's, I guess I do
Like
kind
Malice
of forget about
Getaway,
them.
like
Yeah.
leading man, kind of a dirtbag, or The Edge.
Right, but
He has
then
a nice run with those.
he reinvents himself. And in my head, he's like half Jack Donaghy and half Jake from It's Complicated. But they are all just kind of rich, charming blowhards with, various degrees of connection to the world. And
But a little bit irresistible, or at least
Yeah,
they're supposed to be
totally.
in the movies.
totally.
I don't know if you two would have found
He's
him
way more.
irresistible.
Yeah, we'll get there.
In this movie, they're extremely
We'll
like
get
electric
there.
together.
Yes. Yeah.
I've always liked him in movies
Baldwin.
and TV shows.
Yeah.
For a long, long time. And I think his run actually exceeded how long it probably should have gone. Like he had a 30 plus year run, even into the 2020s
Yeah.
until all the recent stuff. Pretty long run compared to some of his contemporaries. You look at the people he's competing against in like 87, 88, 89, all those people are gone.
That's true.
And he hung around 3+ decades. But I think he's so fucking funny in this movie.
He's amazing.
I don't even know who else would have played that part well. I don't know who you could have put in.
She has talked about
Like pick an actor. You
how
can't-
she really does write her characters with actors in mind.
Yeah.
And she did that she's talked about it with Jack Nicholson,
Right.
who she was like, I can't believe I got him to do this. And I have to think she wrote this role for Alec Baldwin. Like it is so specific
Absolutely.
to him.
Yeah. And his abilities and his like physical comedy and like being.
The Home Sweet Home is so fucking
know.
funny.
My favorite part of the movie. We lost it rewatching it. When he cuts.
He's just so good. I'm able to, I know he's gotten a little weird the last couple of years, but I
Yeah.
don't think about it when I watch older movies like that. I'm trapped in the moment. I do it with sports too. I don't carry the
Go ahead.
baggage.
So I actually put myself back in the headset of when I first saw this movie in 2009. I saw it in the theater. I wish
Same.
we were friends back then. When
I
did you start
know.
dating Zach?
No, 2011 is when we
could have
met.
seen
I
it
know.
together. I think
yeah.
I saw it alone in New York.
That's sad. I
Like,
saw it
yeah.
over Christmas with my family. You could have come.
Yeah,
My dad loved
would have
it.
been great. And I was like thinking, what did I think about Alec Baldwin at the time? And I remember at then being like, I don't know about this guy. And then I looked back and the voicemail scandal was pretty close to when this movie came out.
Oh, when
that
he was
was a
yelling
tough
at his
one.
daughter.
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
That was bad.
So I was thinking like, oh, actually back then he was also fresh off of a sort of miniature.
He
scandal.
was a little bad boyish because I know they thought about that with 30 Rock, whether it was a good idea to
Right.
bank on him for a
Yeah.
5-year TV show.
Yeah.
So, like 4 weeks ago, my dad was in town.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, I'm a child of divorce.
Yeah.
And in the morning, my wife wanted to put something on because we were like, well, let's watch a movie. It was like 8:30 in the morning. We're having coffee. And she put this movie on. He'd never seen it.
Yeah.
He was dying. and we were making fun of him. We were like, was this what you're hoping would happen with me and my mom, like for the last 30 years? But and he couldn't believe he'd never seen it. But I think this movie hits the most age ranges of all the Nancy Meyers, other than Father of the Bride, which is like an eternal movie. Father of the Bride will be passed on for as long as we're having children before AI takes over.
I think you're probably right. I think Parent Trap is much bigger with like Craig's generation and
but like my dad wouldn't watch Parent Trap.
No. And maybe Something's Gotta Give.
Maybe.
Something's Gotta Give hits. They both hit a lot of the same sort of keys, and mainly Jack Nicholson and Alec Baldwin just both being so funny. Yeah. And that movie, I feel like if you'd put on, there's a lot of similar laugh lines.
So Nicholson could have potentially been a version of the Baldwin. It just would have been a different performance.
Yeah. A little less oily.
And you kind of, and you maybe then root for it to end in a different way. This is the hard part about recasting is like with Baldwin, he's great and steals the movie, but also we all understand how it needs to resolve to be responsible, and we're okay with it. Like if you put, say, Harrison Ford in that role, it's like, no, they actually do. Or Jack Nicholson, you're like, no, they need to be together.
$75 million budget. It made $218 million.
That is right.
That's what I'm saying.
Third biggest Nancy Meyers movie. Roger Ebert, 2.5 stars.
Yeah.
Said Meyers created, quote, a cottage industry of movies about romantically inclined middle-aged people. Oh, sorry, Raj.
Yeah.
It's a rearrangement of the goods in Nancy Meyers' bakery, and some of them belong on the day-old shelf. Raj.
Yeah.
Lashing out.
He wasn't feeling it, you know?
A lot. Okay, so I read a few reviews, not just of this movie, but of a lot of her movies, and they kind of made me angry.
Yes.
Because a lot of them are pretty similar in tone to that. And I'm not saying this is Deer Hunter, and you know there's obviously issues with it, but so many of them I feel like they're treating these movies as being much more cliche than they are, and they're also not identifying the things that make them great, personally.
And they're also, I think that if
you can see how hurt Amanda is, you can feel
I agree with her.
I mean, in her eyes.
It's annoying. There's a certain line of film criticism that is not practiced here on the Rewatchables, I'm happy to say, where certain skill sets, like say the ones used in horror movies, are like acknowledged as actual filmmaking accomplishments, but the skill sets that Nancy Meyers uses are just silly or puffery instead of
right.
But it is actually, it's really hard to write something this well and also make something look this good, as literally every other Netflix ripoff will show you. You know, there's a reason they don't work.
That's the key point.
Yeah.
So first of all, a movie like this, you almost have to grow into it. It's like you have to see it like 3 foot. You really start to appreciate it on the 4th, 5th time. But then there's been so many bad versions of these. I think it elevates movies like this, where you're like, oh, here's actually a good version of these movies.
Yeah.
Which I feel that way about some action movies too, because there's so many bad action movies now.
Right.
That when you see like even when we did Die Hard with a Vengeance, like the first hour 20 of Die Hard with a Vengeance is so good.
Yeah.
You know, and then it falls apart. But there was one critic who liked it. You've both met him.
I couldn't find his review.
His name is Wesley Morris.
Where was it on the internet? I tried to find it because it was linked on.
It's my job as the host of Rewatchables.
He gets it.
He wrote, the most emotionally sophisticated of all of Meyers' fantasies. A made-for-Meryl film.
Yeah.
Streep deploys all her best moves. She's irresistible. It's complicated, unleashes an unabashedly, desperately romantic side of Baldwin that we haven't seen before.
True.
What a king.
He doesn't steal this movie so much as grant all Streep's fluttering and twirling and hand fanning. Exuberant counterweight.
Yes.
Our guy.
Yeah.
Gets it.
I knew he would like this movie.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'd probably have talked about it. But all right, we're going to take a break, do the categories. Most rewatchable scene.
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily put these two in as the most rewatchable, but I really like the first two scenes of the movie and how they set everybody up. The anniversary party
Yeah.
You see the slow-mo Lake Bell coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Belly first.
And you
Yeah.
just
Abs first.
see how it changes Meryl Streep's demeanor.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, okay, I get what's going on here.
Yeah.
And then getting to meet all the kids. They just do a good job of introducing all the characters and the plots in like 6 minutes. That's so fucking hard to do.
Yes.
She's a really smart movie. All right. My first one. Jane has dinner with her friends the first time.
The first time. Oh.
The vagina closed up story, but just the four together.
You're so lucky Steve is dead or whatever.
All
Yeah.
The roast chicken.
Yeah.
Four friends just really enjoying each other, but that's another thing Myers good at. But Rita Wilson, she's back.
She's
another buddy rom-com.
She's really
spot
fun
for her.
You know?
Yeah.
She seems like I would have wine with her.
Is she Judy Greer, Rita Wilson, like the pantheon of
the
great
all-star team?
rom-com friends?
I mean,
Rosie O'Donnell has got to be in there.
Rosie O'Donnell.
She's had a couple
hey,
good
do
ones.
you know what Rosie O'Donnell's up to on And Just Like That? The Sex and the City?
I cannot believe you're still watching this show.
I'm actually 2 episodes behind, but I did see the one
My
where
wife
she's
watched the first one.
celibate nun. So I honestly thought she was very good on the show. And they could use more star turns like Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, that's so. Would you say Rita Wilson and
Judy Greer?
Judy Greer. Judy Greer has the
she's
belt,
the
I
goat.
think. Yeah.
She's been in like 6 of these.
Yeah.
Being the friend.
The bar dinner scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they run into each other at the bar, leading to the home sweet home. I like that you've foregone bikini waxes. You've gone native.
Thought it wasn't so dumb. And FYI, I like that you stopped getting bikini waxes. You've gone native. I was into it.
It's just like an SNL sketch. Everything about it is so good.
Yeah.
She's good. They're just like, they just have it. They have like electricity.
They do.
He also says the Pilates are paying off. Don't forget that.
All these backhanded
Every line
compliments.
delivery he has in that was my favorite scene, is so funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
Family graduation dinner scene.
Mm-hmm.
The, oh God, it's official. We're having an affair. I think this is very French of us.
Yeah.
I have that one. Jane tells her friends about the affair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having an affair with Agnes Adler's husband.
I am having an affair with Agnes Adler's husband.
That is genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yells
screaming
it.
and shrieking.
It's like it's a good meme. Like, has it been memed reaction shot? I think I always think of it in my head of everyone being like,
Yeah.
all at once.
Steve Martin dinner date with Jake stalking, leading to the Jake seduction and the bathtub
Right.
scene.
Yeah. Bathtub
All
scene's
really
really
solid.
nice. Yeah.
Jake has a heart attack.
Sure.
Another classic trope. Nancy
Talking about
Meyers.
Flomax.
Yeah. I like a lot of
I
sperm.
prefer a lot of semen. I always have.
Great
Yeah, that's right.
Fine.
Jane gets everyone stoned is really funny.
Yeah.
Mm.
The chocolate croissant scene,
Mhm.
the laptop nudity scene.
Sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then Jake and Jane realize it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So what do you have?
Probably the croissants are the single most. Well, no. Or the, I never get prepared for this. I already said the plastic surgeon scene I think about a lot. The hotel.
I have hotel bar
Yeah.
leading into the home sweet
hotel,
home.
that one.
That whole
The
part.
bar scene.
That stretch is awesome.
Okay. But I like the second one when he has the heart attack and then Krasinski's in the lobby being like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
And then I have always liked a lot of semen. It's pretty good. And then they have the emotional thing at the end. Maybe I do that one. Maybe I pick the
You
second
change your mind
hotel
7
one.
times.
I'm
What do you
sorry.
have, Mina?
I
For
love
me,
this
it's
movie.
the dinner at the bar leading
Yeah.
into them having sex because of the lines we talked about, because they're so funny. And while I guess I should just say this now, I understand they couldn't be together. The breakup made sense, or whatever you want to call it. The
Yeah.
resolution of the film made sense, but they just have such better chemistry than her and Steve Martin.
Oh, yeah.
And I struggle with it in this movie,
Yeah.
and how it ends up. And it's all stemming from that scene. Like everything about those two actors, they look like they're having the time of their lives. I mean, this is like sort of the whole movie. All the actors seem like they're having the time of their lives. But in that scene and in the bedroom scene, it is just two actors at the top of their games to me.
Yeah.
Are you ever in the same room with your parents together? Or were you after the divorce or not really?
I was telling this story the other day. The first time I was supposed to be was my college graduation. And there
Yeah.
was like a department breakfast beforehand, but then I got too drunk and I slept through it. And so then my professors had to introduce my parents. I don't know if sorry about that, everyone. So I don't think that they've ever.
We'll go one of
been
two
in the
ways. Like
same
they don't
room.
interact at all,
Yeah,
or they
exactly.
actually do. Because I
Yeah.
had the opposite.
Yeah.
And when my dad and my mom are together, it's like absolutely the most fascinating thing.
Yeah.
And then as my kids got older, they became fascinated by it.
Yeah.
When my dad was here, my two kids went out to lunch with them, and they were just like, they could have made it.
Yeah.
Like it's like one of those. Like you can see it. It's still there's some sort of chemistry still there. It's really funny.
I have a question for you guys because
Yeah.
my husband and I talked about this after we watched the movie. How often do you guys think divorced couples hook up years later?
Oh, interesting.
I don't think it's a very common
No.
thing.
I don't know any. No one our age. There's not any divorced people, but like in our cohort, I don't know of it happening.
Yeah.
It's happened with celebrities where people have gotten divorced and then gotten back together,
Right.
like Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton.
But
people
if
like
it
that.
happens, they are just like, no, we're getting back together.
It's
You
not
know?
Don
like
Johnson
a,
and Dakota and
Melanie Griffith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it happens, you find out about it because
Right.
they're like, well, I guess we're just doing this again.
I mean, the worst is J-Lo and Affleck.
Yeah.
or the best.
Yeah.
Or the best.
You know.
But that one, yeah. So, if the spark's there, the spark's there
That's true.
sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. What's the most 2009 thing about this movie? I have two, but do you have any?
Okay. Normal size John Krasinski.
Oh, that's a good one.
And or just John Krasinski in general.
Pre-super.
Yeah. Or Jack,
So I had
yeah.
John Krasinski being the seventh lead of a movie.
Yeah.
I
pretty
like
funny.
this version of him.
Yeah, and
more.
it is very The Office,
too.
like charming,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes, he's
It
it's
takes me
very
back to a time.
breaking the fourth
Yeah.
wall, kind of. Yeah.
The answer is actually being sad about having nobody to watch The Hills with, which is
Yeah,
a thing
right.
said during the movie. That just traps you
Yeah.
in 2009. This is exciting. The Amanda Dobbins Award for Best Piece of Real Estate. Even though we've already covered it,
No,
we
I
have
know.
to do it.
I mean, it is the house, right? But
Yeah.
then I was trying to think of like secondary things because we all know it's the house. The
no,
house
I'd say
is
we
the-
can skip over.
Well,
We
I
just
just-
had to give it
the
because you're
kids'
here.
The kids' bungalow is pretty nice.
Yeah.
They don't have a job, but they have a guest bathroom, you know?
How do you feel about the house being in Thousand Oaks in real life?
Well,
I'm surprised to hear that one.
I did as well. I mapped it out and it's like, it seems like the address is Thousand Oaks, but it's kind of down in the wilderness, sort of, in a way that seems less settled. So I'm okay with that. It's good to
Craig,
find.
you're surprised by Thousand Oaks being in the location?
Yeah, because it also just doesn't look like it's 100 degrees, which it would be in Thousand Oaks.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was surprised. What's age the best? There's good tidbits in the early part of this movie showing that she's kind of lonely. They just do a nice job. Like she's in
Yeah.
the elevator and she watches like the couple together, and
Right.
but that Nancy Meyers is good at that. It's
Yeah.
like I'm not going to tell you about what this part, but I'm just going to give you like 5-6 little tiny things.
Yeah.
I have a literal one, which is Meryl Streep, because she looks like beautiful in this movie and like
She's
just
great.
has literally aged gorgeous. And
Yes.
and this is again a hallmark of Nancy. Everybody looks great in her movies, and they're movies about adults for adults, and she makes. Her cinematographer, who I don't know who it is, if she has the same people that she always works
Right.
with, but everybody's shot like just so
Yeah.
gorgeously.
I
They're
say
like
this
bathed in a golden glow.
as a compliment to the technicians at work, but like you can see that when Meryl gets like her special light, you know, and
Yeah.
they cut from especially from Baldwin, who's supposed to look a little haggard, back to Meryl, and it's beautiful work. And it is like a Renaissance painting. And that is everyone doing their job well.
This would have been a good ESPN segment. Got to bring them in. Meryl Streep doesn't get enough credit for being beautiful. Dating back to Kramer versus Kramer in Manhattan. But she's
Yeah.
certain movies, like I think in Kramer versus Kramer, like she's just beautiful in that
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
But she's in Devil Wears Prada in this, where they just feel like two different people. But
Yeah.
you would immediately notice.
Well,
both
some of
them.
it also is like the performance is, we talked about at the beginning how it's kind of, she's not really like this in any of other movies. And you kind of.
It's happy, giggly Meryl Streep.
And
Yeah.
and this is what I love about Nancy Meyers' female characters is so often with rom-coms, it's the uptight trope, right? The
Yeah.
uptight woman.
Yeah.
Even a movie as great as Sweet Home Alabama, it's a cliche character, and there's a million other examples of that.
I think that's the first time the sentence, a movie as great as Sweet Home Alabama, has been said on this podcast.
I fully support
And
it.
I am really happy to be here.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is a safe space for that
Totally.
take for a million reasons. But like her whip, Diane Keaton is the same way in Something's Gotta Give. Like she's successful. Maybe she has put her life or, chosen work at the expense of other things. But she's like kind of chill.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like she kind of rolls with the punches. She laughs a lot. She's quick to smile. I always enjoy that about her characters. They don't feel like stereotypes.
Yeah. They enjoy life.
That's the thread to do with any good rom-com or they go sideways, because the trope is always, this person's a mess. They can't find anybody.
Right.
They've got to bring a date to the wedding, and oh my God, they can't find anyone. And it's just, their life's just a roller coaster. In this one, it feels like a realistic roller coaster. It's like, I get it. She threw herself in her career.
Yeah.
Got her shit together.
And her kids and...
Yeah. Whether she'd be attracted to Steve Martin as a whole in this movie,
Sure.
the
Yeah.
Steve Martin version of this movie, I have some doubts, but we can talk about that later. Any movie, but especially any rom-com where there's a smoking hot, bitchy second wife, it's a home run. It's never not worked.
It's true.
And it's like most of the female characters are older, and then you have this other one who just sucks. It's just a home
The
run.
scene where she's in the elevator and notices her tiger tattoo for the first time killed me. Like Belle's tiger tattoo.
I Don't Speak Pedro is just really funny.
Yeah.
Caitlin Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Not given a lot to do in this film.
Not a lot to
None of
do,
the children
but
do.
now you get to watch this movie with the library of her as Roman's girlfriend for like 15 Succession episodes where she's so funny in that movie. And I just wish that character had been in this movie because she's basically a blank slate.
Blonde child number
I don't
3.
really understand anything about, does she work?
Yeah.
What's going on with her and John Krasinski?
No.
Why does he treat her like a 8-year-old child? Why don't they have adult conversations?
Yeah.
How old is she supposed to be? Is she 18? Is she 30?
Yeah.
What is she? But I was excited to see her.
I know her primarily from this movie, so every time I saw her on Succession, I was just very weirded out. I was like, what are you doing here? This doesn't make sense to me.
Apparently, Joanna Robinson is she says there's a whole library of work, like Masters of Sex.
Okay.
Like she's
Got it.
like said she's
So the kids,
definitely one of those who hasn't been in the right situations.
Hunter Parrish, who was in Weeds. I don't know what else he's.
That's the youngest one.
Yeah, the boy who graduates.
I have a couple categories for him later.
None of these kids have anything to do in this movie. And then Zoe Kazan, who I went to college with. Never interacted with her in college.
Marlboro School, L.A.
That checks out.
Yeah.
She, I
sure
feel like,
does.
has done mostly more serious movies
Yeah.
than this, but she doesn't have much to do in this one either.
I did all my other What's Age the Best, if you want to move on.
The title. Can I throw that one in?
What?
They don't say the title verbatim.
No.
They say like it's gotten complicated, but nobody
Yeah.
says like it's complicated.
You don't think it's a good title?
No, this is the only thing I don't like about Nancy Meyers movies is some of the titles are really bad.
So what do you think the title should be?
I guess you can't put divorce in the title because that turns people off.
Baking it up?
Where she talks maybe something like
Second bake?
when she so bad. Home Sweet Home.
Yeah.
Home Sweet Home's a great title.
Isn't that actually, what was the name of the movie that her
the one
daughter
with Reese Witherspoon
directed?
Yeah, where
Home
she's-
Again.
Home Again
is what that one was called.
Something's Got to Give is like an objectively perfect movie with a terrible title.
Honestly, Mina, you nailed it. Home Sweet Home is a
Home
great
Sweet
title.
Home Sweet Home is,
That's
I would
fucking
accept
hilarious.
that. I just remember,
Craig,
maybe
are you down with that? Home Sweet Home?
Yeah, it's great.
Funniest
maybe
part
it's
in the movie.
It's a great
complicated.
title.
Is another like what's the most 2009 thing about this movie?
Yeah, like the generic.
Well, also the Facebook of it all.
Yeah,
Because that
Yeah,
is still when
right.
we were,
It's complicated.
You know
it's
what
a good
else?
time
You know
capsule.
about this, Bill?
What?
It's complicated. So when around this time, because Facebook had just launched, you could put your relationship status on Facebook, and
it
one of
was-
the options was
So I always thought that's what it was. So in that sense, I'm like, oh, what a nice snapshot.
Maybe that's the most
of a
2009
time.
thing. What were you
Yeah.
going to say, Craig?
You know what else has aged the best is Meryl Streep not getting a ton of plastic surgery in real life after this movie.
True.
Because
Great
she
note.
looked like a
That's a
mess.
great one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a great note.
Because she famously
Yeah.
is anti-plastic surgery. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
true, but she still looks great.
That's why she's our
does.
queen.
Yeah.
The Big Kahuna Burger Award for Best Use of Food or Drink. It's obviously the
Lord.
croque
Yeah.
monsieur. I can't speak.
What
Croque-
about the croissants?
I thought he was going to say chocolate croissant,
Chocolate
and then
croissant.
it was like a little
the
pivot there.
whole scene where
Can
they
you
go
say it for me? I can't.
croque monsieur.
Croque monsieur.
It's hard. I mean, I had a problem with auteur or like the R's and the
I'll say this:
multiple vowels.
you can go chocolate croissants here.
Yeah.
But when she's everyone is so excited about her croque monsieurs.
Sure. No, it's true.
That it really made me like, I even asked my wife, you just got to make these. Like,
You're doing the thing when I can't say French words either, Bill, and I just say them really fast and hope nobody notices.
I know.
Right.
Like, I don't really like, that's one of the reasons I don't like the French.
Remember the chain
vowels together.
Au bon pain, ABP. Whenever we have to go there, I'd be like, do you want to go to au bon pain? Because I couldn't say it.
I also, in this movie, when Steve Martin has to say croissant. He does croissant.
He leans into it.
He does like the full thing.
I'm with you because while watching that scene where she makes the croquant sauce and the lavender ice cream, I was like, I want both of these things now.
The lavender ice cream does also stick in my head because then when Alec Baldwin shows up and he's like, oh, you can't sleep, you're making lavender ice cream again. I will also do honorable mention for the chocolate cake, which I just want a piece of,
Yeah.
So
the lavender ice cream, that's not something I would be like, oh, cool, they have lavender ice cream.
Right.
What does that taste like?
I mean, I think it's mostly sweet with hints of lavender. I don't know. Olive oil ice cream, similar vibe?
No thanks.
Oh, it's olive oil.
What would you have for that one, Craig? What made you the hungriest as you watched this movie?
Probably the croque monsieur. I would say it's basically just cheese bread, right?
No, it's got ham.
Yeah.
Oh, ham on it?
Ham and cheese croissant.
Sure.
Yeah.
The lavender ice cream is like some salt and straw bullshit. You don't need that.
All right. Well, you know what? Salt and Straw is another place you should probably cut a check to Nancy Meyers, but that's okay.
Turkey and gravy with real turkey.
Salt and straw, like lavender and pears.
Goat
with blue
cheese.
Yeah, goat cheese.
Yeah.
Great shot order, most cinematic shot. So after the daughter moves out, this is what I have.
Yeah.
And everybody leaves and Jane's in her house alone.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like a good wide shot where you can see the whole house.
Yeah.
But she's just like, oh, I'm alone.
Yeah.
I like that one. What do you have?
The second time that they have sex, he comes over, he convinces her. It smash cuts to the sprinkler.
I literally have the sprinkler on the lawn written down as well. It's good.
Smash cuts back, and it's Alec Baldwin
like a good old
laying
school.
back.
Right.
She's like, not again. She's like moaning, and he's got the shit-eating grin on his face. Just a perfect transition.
Yeah.
Kid Cudi pursued happiness and we're best needle drop. I can give you Tom Petty, Don't Do Me Like That.
Yeah.
Or I can give you the Fine Young Cannibals. Good to hear from them.
I have Tom Petty, Don't Do Me Like That, or Benny and the Jets when she's stoned.
None of the Beach Boys? Dancing
do
to the
those
Beach
too.
Boys.
I got Tom Petty.
When the moment when they realize everyone's
yeah.
kind of looking at each other and like, what's going
nice.
on here?
R.I.P.
What do you have for the
Brian
Chess
Wilson.
Rockwell and Brock Landers Award for Best Character Name? I like that the little kid was named Pedro. It just wasn't acknowledged.
Exactly.
I don't speak Pedro.
Agnes with 2 S's, the second wife.
Agnes was good.
Oh, is it
Agnes?
2 S's?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
I don't know if that's explained in the movie or if it's just Nancy Meyers writing, but it's a very funny, like a generational contrast to, Jane, Jake, Adam, and then Agnes with 2 S's.
We should have given the Nancy Meyers backstory of how she had the writing partner that directed the movies she wrote. And then they got divorced.
Her husband,
her husband, Charles Shire.
So,
So do you think he married an Agnes? I wonder how much real life shit's in this.
I don't know. She wrote Modern Love, but I think it's after this movie, right?
Yes.
About they like going on a road trip with Charles Shires, who died last year, and it was an It's Complicated type vibe of remembering what was like good about him, but it was different because it was a nice thing. But she didn't get into the specifics of whether he married an Agnes Adler who has a big job in marketing.
Amanda, you have a flex category.
I do.
What are you doing?
So I think that I'm going to go with Lake Bell.
Okay.
There are 2 categories here, and it's either.
Yeah, Lake Bell can't be a category.
I know, but she's the answer to 2 categories. It's either the person in their own movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
who do we name that one after?
It's at the very bottom of the.
Judd Nelson.
That's the Judd Nelson
one.
Oh, we never give that one out.
Yeah, I think that Lake Bell is just in a different movie. She's not bad.
Judd Nelson in New Jack City. He's just in his own. He's filming his own thing.
She's just in like a very different, aggressive movie.
It's a really good one.
Yeah. So she's
wearing
my
boy
flex
shorts
category.
the entire movie.
Right.
Just little.
Yeah, her styling
underwear.
in general
Hard.
is, why is she living in Santa Barbara and dressing like that? And also, what is her big job?
What does she do in Santa Barbara?
She is in marketing, and the joke is that she markets for like KY, but I think it's supposed to be like a radio station, which is
Do we think it's funny that Nancy Meyers basically cast Lake Bell's Wario, Amanda Peet, in the similar movie?
Yes.
In the same, not kind of the same role. I don't know who's Wario, actually. I texted you. I was like, who's the poor man's version of him? But they're literally playing the same.
I feel like you discounted Amanda Peet.
Yeah.
So maybe Lake Bell's her Wario.
I think Lake Bell is her Wario. With
she is a better character.
We respect Amanda Peet in this house, if only because Amandas need a win, just generally. She's one of our leading Amandas.
Also, just when you think like she's ready to give up the steering wheel, Your Friends and Neighbors, the college episode happens, and she just takes the mantle back for another couple years. Lake Bell, though, I will say this.
Yeah.
And Dave Jacoby.
Yeah, of course.
Her and How to Make It in America was the all-time favorite
really
Dave Jacoby character. And she was really good on that show.
Yes.
And I actually feel like that's probably her best performance, right? She's been in a bunch of stuff, but I think that was probably my favorite version of her. Butch's Girlfriend Award, weak link of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you go first.
Well, this is kind of. I
wonder if we all have the same one.
I was going to do recasting, which is part of this conversation.
Yeah, I know where you're going, and I agree completely. So I came up with something else to save it.
Is this time to talk about Steve Martin?
Let's do it.
Is that not where you guys thought I was going with this?
That's where I thought you were going.
Okay.
I came up with something else just for variety's sake.
Don't think it's his fault.
No.
I think his character is a little bit underwritten. I think he is going up against a juggernaut in Alec Baldwin, who is just so charismatic and so funny. But I do question I was going to do one of my flex one was the recasting. I was going to throw out the idea that if he was played by a more charming, charismatic man, there'd be a little bit more energy to the rivalry.
Yeah.
Like nerdier charismatic, maybe?
No, I think you got to go.
Just charismatic.
You got to go away from nerdy and steer towards sensitive. So it's so there's a balance.
Who are you giving me?
Sam Shepard.
Oh, well, that's not fair. Women love Sam Shepard.
Well, come on, then
Baldwin
it's a real
can't compete with that.
Well, he could compete.
You always throw Sam Shepard in these things.
I know,
that's not fair.
But I think it's
Baldwin's
good.
not fighting Sam Shepard.
Well,
he's losing.
but he's not supposed to ultimately. But there's a little more of a there.
Could you do like a Dennis Quaid?
No.
I had two ideas.
Yeah.
Cruz?
Oh.
No, sorry.
No. Meryl Streep.
He's had a lot of girlfriends.
We rewatched the first half of Top Gun Maverick again last night at my house.
Did you get to the bedroom scene?
No, because we only made it as far as like the first Penny encounter in the bar. When she's like, "Don't give me that look," he is not giving a look.
Yeah,
he's just
there's no looks. No looks being handed out.
Okay. One is a guy who's actually been in a romantic comedy with Meryl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that man is Tommy Lee Jones.
Interesting.
Rugged.
Going for a little more of a blue collar.
Not as handsome as Alec Baldwin,
maybe
but
he's a
charismatic,
contractor
tough.
instead of an architect.
Okay.
Maybe he's in there fixing stuff for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little gruff. I'm not opposed to it.
The other one, I alluded to this earlier, but what if, like, as a callback and kind of a meta joke within the movie being about divorce, what if we brought back Dustin Hoffman from Kramer versus Kramer?
Oh, I see.
But this time,
the callback.
Is that too weird?
Yeah.
They also famously hated each other.
Has he ever had a normal rom-com relationship?
He's
too weird, right?
He's been in some, actually.
It is funny that they do their movie night. They watch The Graduate. Speaking of,
That's true.
But here's the thing.
I vote no on this.
I don't think that you're rooting for
him over. You need someone who you can actually root for over Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or to be okay with. I think I did great work. I think Sam Shepard really balances
was a good
it
one.
Pretty good.
Okay, thank you.
Here's my weak link of the film.
Mm-hmm.
The kids aren't damaged enough. They're children of divorce. We need one of those kids needs to be slightly fucked up in some way.
It's so funny.
These are the happiest divorced kids that have ever been in a movie or a TV show.
I'd be happy if my mom had a $10 million house and made amazing food all day and bankrolled my
but they got divorced.
Lazy existence.
These kids were all teenagers during this divorce. There's no way they're all just doing great.
That's true.
One of them's fucked up. One of them is like, uh-oh.
No, it's
been
true.
in college 7 years.
It's really funny. And I think it's revealing of our respective divorce experiences, where I watched this and I was like, they're way too invested in their parents getting back together, in my opinion. They're all just like sitting there like sad babies. Yeah, they're just sitting there being like, you and daddy need to get back together. And I'm just like, what are your parents have put you through hell for 10 years? Like, no.
That's not the reaction. The reaction would be like, Mom, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what's going on?
Dad's a cad.
I read it as they didn't want them to get back together. Maybe this is where our life experiences
they're disappointed.
When Zoe Kazan gives this speech at the post-graduation breakfast, and she's like, I just want to say it's nice, just us, like all of us together. It hasn't
the original
been
five. Yeah. No, it seems like they want them to get back together, which is
but then at the end they're like,
but
this was really hard on us. And
the kids make no sense. The kids are
this is the point. The kids don't make any sense. Yeah,
bizarre.
But
trio.
I think even when they find out,
it's a trio plus Krasinski, who has no job either. He's just hanging out.
Were they all
He's the interpreter?
Did they all sleep in the same bed together without Krasinski? And Krasinski was like, "I'll just be on the couch tonight."
They were just like the next morning.
They gathered.
They were all like gathering
under the covers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons this movie's fun to rewatch. It's not a bad thing. It's not a negative for the movie. It's actually hilarious how weird the kids are in this and how happy they all are. Like that. I mean, why are they so happy the kid's graduating college? They're acting like he's fucking landed from Mars.
And they're all like
weeping, from some NASA
and
mission.
he's like photoshopped into the big screen, and they're like, wow.
He's graduating from university. Ah! They're screaming.
No, I agree. It's
Very
nice
strange.
that they don't make sense, but also the movie doesn't care about the kids, which I sort of appreciate. You know, it's like, well, they'll be fine. You know, we actually can just talk about divorce through the eyes of the grown-ups.
There's no chance they'd be living in Santa Barbara either. Like if you
no chance.
And
no
definitely
chance.
can't afford that bungalow with 2 bathrooms, even in 2009.
Well, I guess they don't have jobs.
Yeah,
and they
in between,
and they're either 13 years old or 30.
Yeah,
I don't know. Very strange. Would Sage the worst? We mentioned an incredibly likable Alec Baldwin. It's kind of weird. I wrote down, are we sure Steve Martin isn't a loser in this movie?
He is a loser.
Veering too close toward Loserville.
Are we surprised he agreed to do the movie? Because she gets another thing that's great about Nancy Meyers. She gets the movies are about women and she gets A-list men, which is not always an easy thing to do, to sort of subsume themselves to these great actresses. But Alec Baldwin gets this great meaty role. Jack Nicholson had this great meaty role. If I'm Steve Martin, I'm reading this and I'm like, I don't know, this is really a lot here for me to do.
Maybe he wants to. Steve Martin has tried to be serious Steve Martin in movies once every 10 years or so.
It's been more than that.
Yeah.
He does it a couple times a decade.
And he clearly he has a side of him that's not just being the funniest person in the world. That he at
all
least
comedians
he wants
have to do it.
Yeah.
There's more to me here.
I guess. And
I'm a serious guy too.
What and who doesn't want to be an architect? That's a pretty. I mean, it's the classic romantic comedy job. The man's always an architect.
What about Bill Murray?
Thinking 2009. What was Bill Murray in around that
Steve
time?
Martin's part. So it'd be 5 years after Amanda's favorite movie, Lost in Translation.
Right. Yeah.
Lost in Translation, Broken Flowers around that time.
He's like a quirky, goofy architect.
Yeah, but he has a little. I worry that she's going to have to do too much taking care of him. You know, and that's you want her to be living her own life.
Yeah, I don't love Steve Martin in this movie.
Yeah, I don't think any of us
like
do.
Steve Martin.
Of course. Yeah.
And then I have for What's Age the Worst, the youngest son, you mentioned the kid from Weeds.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing in this movie. Talk about being in your own movie. This kid is like a smiling serial killer. He's just grinning mania. He's a sociopath.
Yeah.
If he became American Psycho, that would American Psycho 2.
Maybe he is. Maybe
I'd be like, that totally
movie.
makes sense. He's moving to Wall Street. He's going to just start killing people. I have no idea what he's doing. Why he is so happy all the time.
Yeah.
They kind of remind me of Meryl Streep's real life kids. Or at least the two who are actors who I know
They're
what
just
they
super
look
happy.
like.
Oh,
the
right.
Gummer, Mamie, or what are her kids' names? Louisa and Mamie.
The one.
One is in the Gilded Age.
Yes, the youngest. And she was also in The Materialists for one scene.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
And then Mamie is older and was
She's in
on
stuff.
a Shonda Rhimes show with QB1.
She was on The Good Wife too. She played like a mean lawyer, I think.
From Matt Saracen. What was his real name?
Zach Gilford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were on that show for like half a season. That's all. That's what I know.
Because Meryl Streep, she's got like 3 or 4 blonde children, and I feel like
You would think like the acting gene gets passed down. There's some sort of performance acting thing that I would think it's almost like sports. That's why when people get mad about the Nepo baby stuff, I'm always like,
no,
it makes sense to me that Meryl Streep's kids would be good at acting.
Right.
Like at some point, that's got to be something
Jack
in your
Quaid
DNA.
is
Jack
quite
Quaid's a
good.
good
And also,
actor.
but like sometimes like Meg Ryan just takes over his body and it works. But I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. This was handed down.
He's a good example.
Exactly.
He's a good actor.
Yes.
But both of his parents were actors. What
Yeah.
are the odds he's going to be a good actor? Like probably
Agreed.
half
grew up
decent.
around the game. It's like Kyle Shanahan.
Arch Manning.
Yeah.
Immersed in the play calling.
Ruffalo Hannah Rubinek Partridge overacting award. Is it Meryl Streep?
I was gonna say,
Are we 10 laughs too heavy in this? Not that I'm arguing.
Wow, that cake is good.
I get it.
She's deliriously happy in this movie.
except for when she's having emotional revelation, in which case,
Right.
just a lot of quivering, but there is a lot of movement.
When she announces the affair to her friends and she does like a twirl, the hair's in front of her face.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you feel like she overacted the pot smoking scene? Do you poke smut?
Please don't think that I'm weird or out of line or anything, but do you, by any chance, poke smart?
Do I what?
I mean, do you smoke pot?
Maybe they both did. It's the only
one pull.
It's the only time that Steve Martin comes
She
to
was
life
acting like
in the
she was
movie.
on acid.
It's true.
I know. It is true.
Also, wait, we believe like rich white people in California have gotten this long without smoking pot.
Yeah,
Is
in
that really
2009.
believable?
It was definitely out
No,
there.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's a funny scene though. I liked it.
I
enjoyed it.
It could be. Can it be Meryl, but in a good way?
I was a compliment. I
Okay.
love her in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
movie.
yeah. Okay.
She just dials it up a couple
I agree.
times.
I agree.
Mina, you have a flex category. You prepared for it or you already
Well,
did
I was
it?
doing the recasting. I could do some other ones though. My Steve
don't have
Martin hate. I feel like
Steve Martin hate.
Well, I don't know
Jesus.
criticism. All
right. You already did yours.
Yeah.
Well, this is exciting. The CR thinks Luke Wilson could have been Harrison Ford, hottest take award.
Right.
A category I think we've added since the last time you've been on. Or at least
Mine
maybe
is
after
fairly low stakes because like Steve Martin is the obviously, but it's Steve Martin's not a hot take; it's a cold take. So
Yeah.
I have a more like Nancy Meyers universe.
Oh, I have a lot about Nancy
hot
Meyers,
take
yeah.
but it's not. It's I think someone else should go first.
No.
Okay, mine is
Just
that mine is that roast chicken might be the most overrated food in the universe. I like
when it's really good.
Even when it's
the
really
problem
good,
is
and I
it's
know
often
that-
bad
listen,
and dry.
yeah, I
but
know.
when it's good,
And listen, I like Nancy Meyers believes in this, and that's Jake's favorite meal. She kind of gets her recipe and her belief from Ina Garten, the Barefoot Contessa, who I also really respect.
Chang would lose his fucking
And
mind
I'm
right
just
now.
like, it's good. And that's fine. And you put vegetables or potatoes or whatever, and then you have like some chicken. It's fine. It's fine. There are many, many really good ways to prepare chicken and many other things you can roast. There we go.
isn't that like Ina Garten's thing? Too?
Yes,
And
I just
she's
said
like
that.
your
I know
goddess,
she
right? You were
is.
saying
I
that, yeah.
know. I know that
Yeah.
I am disrespecting like the women who came before me. I get it, but like it's fine.
I like it the most when the juices are crazy or
Yeah.
when there's like a focaccia bread situation with it.
Totally.
When like they roast a chicken, but it's on top of a bread thing.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely
when-
like with the croutons and it's absorbed.
So you're saying like if
Listen,
it's just I'm just serving you a roasted chicken, you're not that impressed.
I just listen, if Ina Garten herself is making it for me,
yeah.
then I it's one of the best things in the world. That's never happened. I'm very open to that opportunity. Also, if you go to a really fancy restaurant and they're like, this is our specialty, it is pretty good. But like me at home, the average person at home, it's we can move
I like
on.
it. It's a good hottest take
Thank you
because
so
it made
much.
me bad.
Thank
Mina?
Okay. Here's one. I think Nancy Meyers movies in general, but this movie being an example, are proof that old people should be in more stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we need more movies of all genres, action, spy, romance, comedy, where the leads are all over 50 years old.
I agree with this.
The characters are more believable as having lived interesting lives. The actors tend to be better. Maybe this is me aging, but I felt this way when I saw this movie in 2009. I was just out of college.
Yeah.
And I loved it. So I feel like her oeuvre is a strong case study for making more movies like this.
I don't even know if that's a hot take. That was a good one.
Yeah.
But why don't we have that?
Great take. I'm going full hot.
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Santa Barbara.
Oh boy, here we go. You're alluded
Biggest
to this.
disparity between movies and real life of any location that's in a movie.
Speak on it. Go.
Like, good or bad?
The sun doesn't come out till like 2:30 in Santa Barbara. It's just a fact.
I will fact check.
It's a fucking fact.
This Sunday morning, because I went to Santa Barbara for one night this weekend.
I don't believe it.
It came out at 10. And I know because
that's a miracle.
And it was cloudy. And
that's like the sun coming out
and
in
I was
Seattle.
worried about my son like getting frostbite from the ocean when we went to the beach at 9 a.m. And by 10, the sun was out.
Santa Barbara's in a lot of movies. It's always a great location.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's beautiful. And then when you actually go, it's like just cloudy until 1:30. And it's never addressed by any character. It'd be like if you do Seattle movies and it's like, whoa, another nice day here in Seattle. It's like, come on. Pull this leg and plays Jingle Bells.
You're making a good point. I do think you're underrating other aspects of Santa Barbara.
I'm pro Santa Barbara. I'm just pointing out the sun doesn't come out until 1:30 to 2 in the afternoon. And everybody there knows it and they don't want to admit it because they all talk about how great it is.
It's such a strange place for people to live, to me.
It is.
Like, I mean, I know there's many people who live there and clearly love it, but like, I can't imagine spending more than 3 days. It's like the perfect place to spend 2 days.
Yeah.
Unless
Craig, do you have Santa Barbara thoughts?
I think Santa Barbara is heaven on earth.
I'm kind of with
and
Craig.
I would retire there in a second.
Well,
absolutely.
So you like when there's no sun until 1:30?
First of all, that hasn't been my experience in my
You're
time
from
in
the
Santa
Bay.
Barbara.
It's
anywhere in the California coast, you're going to get the fog.
an incredible city if you have a ton of money.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah.
Right.
You would have to
You
have
like horses?
Yeah, I don't think you
like
have
wine
to have
country.
a horse. You like.
How many friends do you have who couldn't live there because the wine thing would get out of control? I have at least 12.
Okay, that's nice. Okay.
And all on my wife's side of the friend
I would
group.
like to be friends with all of those women.
I have a couple of my wife's friends who would be dead if they lived there. Like dead for real.
How do we feel about Santa Barbara versus Ojai?
I really like Ohio.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
The cool thing about this location thing. Santa Barbara's got a lot of options around Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Because you can go to all these different, that's the coolest part about it. It's all these different things. But I just think if you're going there and pretending you're going to get an awesome tan, you might be disappointed.
Yeah, but maybe you just want to be by the water.
Yeah.
It's so like the mountains.
Bring a jacket.
Well, sure.
Second
Don't
question.
worry about suntan screening.
Ohio is also 20 degrees hotter than
Is this
hot.
the whitest conversation ever held on Rewatchables?
We're just giving people a taste of California.
We have given a lot of
We did
people
we did
run
10
for their
minutes on
money over the
cereal
years.
once. That was
Yeah,
pretty-
we did 10 minutes on cereal.
How do you feel
like
about
2
Santa
months
Barbara
ago.
versus Ojai is probably the whitest thing I've ever said out loud.
Yeah.
Which is, we're doing a Nancy Meyers. If there's, is a
That is-
criticism of Nancy
it's
Meyers
Meyers,
movies,
yes.
that is,
We're
the
on topic.
world. We are very
Yeah.
on topic.
Well, that was a perfect segment. We're going to have to take a break. Casting what ifs.
Are there any?
They said Harrison Ford, Mel Gibson, Michael Douglas, and Tom Hanks were all considered for the role of Jake. I don't know if I believe that.
believe
That's
that.
why
You can't-
some
I
of this stuff's
mean-
half-assed. There's a Michael Douglas baby.
You could see it, but you even
Michael Douglas is the
wanna-
architect.
I was just about to say, you were saying that. I was like, what about as the rival?
But no, he's
Then you just expect him to really be getting it on at some point.
exactly like
Turn
there's
into horny Michael
there's no
How old was
weakness
he at-
with Michael
like,
Douglas.
oh,
you
no,
know,
But
his
he's pretty
pants are
old
off.
at this point. 2009.
no, he's okay.
When did Craig sent the question of who's the hottest old guy ever in a romantic comedy when we were talking about this movie.
Right.
My mind went to Michael Douglas in American President.
Yeah, huge
Oh,
All
He's
time,
sucking up to
early
Amanda now.
Mina
Jesus.
Kimes' dream crush.
It's
right
also
there.
the first time that I saw Michael Douglas in a movie just because of how old I am. So then I went backwards
What
and
year was
saw
that?
that's 95. But like I didn't see Basic Instinct or Fatal Attraction until after that. So
Good
I
move.
was, well, I know, but I was a little taken aback. You know, I was a little disappointed in Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Hottest old guy. I mean, it's got to be the oldest Harrison Ford was ever in a rom-com.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you didn't say
Sabrina?
Harrison Ford, Mallory's going to come charging
when he
through the
rebooted
wall.
Sabrina, he was pretty old.
Yeah, I mean, he's older in Working Girl. Morning Glory, he is like the old fuddy-duddy, but then he makes a frittata, you know? So,
Smoking.
God love him so
Can we
much.
pour one out to James Gandolfini and enough said.
Oh, that's a very important one. It's really good.
It's a good movie.
Amazing movie.
Tom Hanks
Yeah.
is 2 parts shy of movies like this in the 2000s. In the 21st century.
He's the Steve Martin recast, right?
He should have been, but he should have just done 2 of these. Just to get over yourself, Tom Hanks.
I know, but I think he
just
wanted
be like
to
part number 3 in a rom-com. Like, why not?
because I think he did all the Nora Ephrons in the 90s. And
I know,
then
I get
he wanted
it.
to break out, I guess.
Yeah, that's
you
fine.
know.
Best that guy. So the anniversary guy in the very beginning of the movie when he's with Nora Dunn, the toasting.
Well, Nora Dunn was
Nora
that
Dunn.
guy for me.
She's Nora Dunn, though.
Yeah, but still, I was like, what's Nora Dunn doing here?
Her husband in the movie is the guy from To Jillian on her 37th birthday.
Oh, is it really?
With my queen, Michelle Pfeiffer. She's
Okay.
their friend.
Would not
I'm
have.
probably the only
Alright,
person
not
who knows
have-
that. I don't know what that
didn't
guy's
place
name
that.
is.
That's
Yeah.
why my answer was Nora Dunn.
When's
But
that
same scene.
rewatchables?
When we do the Michelle Pfeiffer mountain of just the movies where she reaches queen status, I think that's
Okay.
Fabulous Baker Boys is here, and then
Yeah.
we get there.
Where's What Lies Beneath?
She's just a dead ghost. And do you know what happens in that movie?
You know what happens in that movie? I was traumatized by the movie. I saw it in the theaters. It was the first
Which
scary
one?
movie. What Lies
or-
Beneath?
No, To Jillian, her 37th
Oh,
birthday.
pardon me.
Oh.
Don't think I've seen that.
She's married to Peter Gallagher, and she dies.
Yeah.
And he goes to Nantucket the next year with the whole crew, but he still was so in love with Michelle Pfeiffer that he just wanders on the beach and talks to her ghost. Because I would do the same thing if I had been married to her.
Yeah.
That's not the answer to the best that guy, though. From Succession, the guy who played Ravenhead,
Nazi guy.
Hitler-loving anchor, is
He's
the
in this
New York
movie?
City hotel clerk in the beginning, checking them in.
Wow.
Ravenhead.
Another
Okay.
Succession callback.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
I guess
He's-
the Nancy Meyers to Succession plotline is not the most surprising thing.
He had the same name as Hitler's dog for his dog, but it was different spelling.
Okay.
On Succession.
And
If you
Succession.
remember that tidbit. Deion Waiters Award,
Will
Lake Bell
Kane.
eligible. Not in that movie, though. She's in 4 scenes.
Yeah.
Pedro, the little kid.
He's doing a lot of important work. Pedro's really good. When he's like, why did you take your cell phone?
Pedro
in?
might
You
be the
closed
answer.
He has a good,
the
it
shower
is a funny
door."
moment. And then
Yeah.
when Alec Baldwin later says, I've got a 5-year-old at home, and also Pedro. It's a great
Right.
laugh line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recasting Couch Director City. I have Chris Pratt as the youngest son. And it's a good
In
era of Chris
2009,
Pratt.
Chris
yeah.
Pratt?
Yeah. When Chris Pratt was a little chubby, had a sense of humor, was popping in different rom-coms, brought something to the table. He's in 5-year engagement. He's
But
in
he
10
doesn't
years.
have to play and then he just plays he has no problems.
He's just funny.
He's not screwed
He's
up
getting
by
a
it.
couple jokes off. One of
Okay.
these 3 kids.
I don't
needs
think
to be getting
anyone's
jokes
bringing
off.
anything to the table in these roles.
Yeah.
These thankful.
That's why I'm bringing in Chris
spoiled
Pratt.
Children roles.
Who do you have?
Well, Chris Pratt plus John Krasinski is a little bit too much NBC late 2000s comedy night plus Alec Baldwin and 30 Rock, it's that might overload it.
Juliet chimed in
Mhm.
because I had to clear with her that we were doing this. So, I gotta-
of course.
Yeah, she's on maternity leave. Just want to make sure
Yeah.
she doesn't feel
That's-
threatened in
that's
any way.
nice. Yeah.
Loves Nancy Meyers. She said, just make sure you kill Krasinski during the podcast.
Yeah. I knew that she would say that.
That was her.
Did
that
she
was
think
her
he's
one
bad in this movie?
I think that she has had her fill. Yeah, of
think she's-
John Krasinski. I think she's had
she's
enough.
good.
This to me
Yeah.
harkens back to a time when I liked him more, and it felt like he was.
Yes.
I missed
less
this version of John.
Yeah,
I
right. Like
agree
I was
with you.
watching this and thinking, like, oh, I found him so charming back then.
Adam Brody in that part, maybe?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, same vibe.
Craig, you have a flex category.
I wanted to go back to Amanda brought it up earlier, but I wanted to hash out what the hottest job of a male love interest in a rom-com could be.
Sure. Oh,
because I think
great topic, Craig.
Steve Martin as architect is certainly up there.
Architect is the
architects.
traditional.
We have perhaps like a male pediatrician. There's the journalist is always in these movies. Perhaps a chef.
How about Delmit Mulrooney in My Best Friend's Wedding? Sports writer, but son of the owner of the Chicago Cubs, but also a sports writer, trying to forge his own way.
But he won't take a job.
Won't take a job with the team.
So she has to
he loves
pack
writing.
for a
grounded rich guy.
swing,
Yeah,
you know?
grounded rich guy.
Yeah.
But still probably going to take a
Tom
little
Hanks
team.
is a grounded rich guy, and you've got mail. Same kind of vibe.
Grounded bookstore
Yeah,
guy.
I mean, he's
he's destroying small bookstores all over New York.
Right. But now Barnes & Noble is basically a bankrupt, so it's okay again. To like
so
him.
you would say
architect is probably on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, for sure.
Architect's a good one.
Why? What is it about?
Because it's a job that everybody wants when they're like 12.
It's
and they're like, that's
creative.
cool.
It's creative, but still practical.
Yes.
And
You're working with your hands a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about like Don Draper, like running your own ad agency where you get to do pitches to clients?
In a
like
rom-com?
Sprite's coming in. We gotta.
I think Don Draper has sort of ruined that because
Don Draper himself. Is
Yeah,
ruined.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
fair.
So it's like what comes with it, which is womanizing and zooby zoo.
Defense attorney.
You
I
don't get
don't
a
know
lot
if it's
of
lawyer.
lawyers
Yeah.
or businessmen.
What about stay-at-home dad whose wife has passed away?
It's got to have a job. You
sure.
Gotta have the
It's
job.
very hard
Yeah.
to be
Have
the
a
male
job.
lead of a romantic comedy if you're unemployed.
Chef.
Right.
Chef.
I'm trying to think. So
Thinking of some of the classics.
Yeah.
Jobs. the men
Chang.
had.
right.
Grace,
But then
Grace is great.
Burnt. That's not really a romantic
Oh,
comedy.
The movie
That's Bradley
Chef
Cooper.
is,
Oh, sure.
What about a vet?
What's his job
We've
in
had
Sleepless
some
in Seattle?
expensive
I
vets.
think he's an architect.
That's right.
I think so.
How about? Well, this isn't totally rom-com, but Campbell Scott and Singles. What's he like? A building planner? There's like
Kind
a
of
city planner.
vague,
Mm.
yeah.
He's planning like
An urban
transport,
job,
urban
yeah.
planner.
Sure.
What
How
is
about
Bill
Sports
Pullman?
GM? Is the sports agent and Sports is out?
Sports
No.
doctor, Bill Hader in Trainwreck.
Sports doctor.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
It's like a
Sports doctor is
good
a
kind
really
of like
good one.
veterinarian. Of
Yeah.
like
How
about that
And
one,
it's also
Craig?
just
Maybe a
from like a
physical therapist,
work-life
yeah.
balance. I mean, you will have to be on call, but not all of the time.
Plastic surgeon?
You know?
Mm,
No.
Too vain.
No.
Then you get
Okay.
too close to
Flying in the
this.
face of everything romantic comedy stand for.
I think Nancy
Yeah.
knew that it's architect, which is why she gave it to Steve Martin's character because he needed as
Yeah.
much help as he could get.
How about oil billionaire? No. Half-assed internet research. In the scene where where Jane answers a phone call from her daughter, and Jake kisses her. Jake wasn't supposed to kiss her, and she screwed up and said the wrong line, and they kept it in the movie because they thought it was funny.
I always like that.
Baldwin said they used a body double for his nude scene,
Yeah, no joke.
and then
We'll
a
come back
lot
to
of this
that.
movie was filmed in New York. It's kind
Yeah.
of depressing.
Yeah, what is that about?
A lot of soundstage interior
I know.
stuff.
Do we?
And then
Why?
they used the wide shot of Thousand Oaks, probably because Thousand Oaks is 100 degrees. And they did some Montecito and Santa Barbara, and that's it.
Yeah.
Apex Mountain.
Okay.
It's no for Meryl Streep. I don't know what her Apex Mountain was. She probably just is on top of the mountain, just with chilling.
Yeah.
I don't know if she even had an Apex Mountain.
I'm kind of with you on Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
It's like the two
her
versions of her,
most
right? Like early Meryl
memorable.
Streep is like mid 80s, and then second career.
It's
That's
probably
like the Tom Brady 28-3 game.
You
Meryl
could
Streep.
argue she does Devil Wears Prada and then does Mamma Mia, which makes like almost $1 billion.
Leading to this and then to
internationally.
Iron Lady.
Yeah.
But she just, I was kind of saying this when you
Mid-2000s.
talked about Brady, but she didn't have a dead period. There's like no skips on her. Like every decade she has classics. She still like Don't Look Up, which is a flawed movie.
Right.
She's so funny in it in a
Yeah.
small role. I
Yes.
mean, she's just big. R.I.P. Big Little Lies.
She was so good at it.
She was
and,
so funny
yeah,
and-
and otherwise, I don't know what happened, but you know, I like literally actually
blacked
don't
out
remember
that
how it
entire
ended, but,
series. The only thing I remember from the season that you and I recapped is Meryl Streep screaming
yes
at the
yeah.
table.
I missed that show.
Are they gonna? Did they make a third season, or have they just talked about it?
They're
for
making it just as different shows that are on like Hulu,
okay, right,
where
yeah.
it's like,
Nancy
and then
Meyers.
nobody's figured out how to crack
It's like, what if Nancy Myers went super dark? Is
Yes.
kind of
Listen, I
big little
would watch all of it, but I still don't actually remember how it ended.
all blank.
Realtor for best rom-com job?
It's not
like
bad.
own your own real
Stop.
estate place?
It's not bad. It's no architect.
Like
yeah.
what about like,
Well, like
corporate real estate?
Yeah, like real estate
Like just
investor. How
building,
about that?
Building
I got a good
office
one.
buildings?
Yeah.
I got a humdinger here. Ready?
Yeah.
What?
Marine biologist.
Yeah, but then
Never seen one.
So
with a
Sandra Bullock.
Because you're like animal lover.
That's just what kids want to be
one
when you're
with
just thinking
nature.
about what
So-
kids want to be when they grow
Maybe.
up.
Yeah.
But that's what these characters
2
are.
Weeks Notice, starring Sandra Bullock and Hugh Grant. I think pretty underrated, even though Donald Trump is in it. They call her like boyfriend that she never sees, and it's not a real relationship, is a marine biologist, I think, for like
In 2 weeks' notice.
sea piece or something. And so he's never around. So that's the thing about marine biologists is they're unavailable. physically and emotionally.
Female job in a rom-com, sports writer. There's been a few over the years.
Oh yeah.
It's happened a few times, which I feel
Are
like
any of them good
no.
at sports writing?
I was gonna say the movies. I don't think there's any good ones with female sports writers.
Is
but
Zoe Deutsch in Set It Up?
yes, she wants to be a sports writer. Yes,
right.
good call.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
yes.
Remember that's the one with
One of the
Glenn
rare
Powell and,
good
like, the
rom-coms.
Fake Ringer.
Yeah,
Where,
I
like,
remember that one.
Lucy Liu. That movie, it's one of the
It was
best
Fake
rom-coms.
Grantland, wasn't it? Was it Fake Ringer or Fake Grantland?
It was
As of
during Ringer time, but
Yeah.
probably with turnaround, it's Fake Grantland. They didn't have podcasts.
What would be the best ESPN job for a rom-com?
For the man
Like
or the
Talking
woman.
Head. It could be either. Like,
Oh
could
my
it be
God.
PTI co-host? Rom-com,
Let's see.
Can't Find Love in Washington?
Sideline reporter?
Sideline reporter
Yeah.
is the answer. Good
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
Because you
For
set up
either
so many
sex,
good.
that's the
For
perfect
either
one.
sex, you set up so many like funny moments with player. This is why Trainwreck, I think, made him a sports doctor for the setup, the set pieces
Yes.
that came out of that, and also to get LeBron James in the movie.
I thought LeBron was good in it.
LeBron was good in that
He is
movie.
very
I
funny.
support LeBron's
Yeah.
performance. in
One
that
of the
movie.
better athlete acting performances.
Alec Baldwin, Apex Mountain. It might be.
Yeah.
With this and 30
This
Rock
and
at the
30
same
Rock,
time, and
probably, yeah.
SNL, and he's like,
Yes.
This
yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Steve Martin, no.
No.
Steve Martin's Apex was the late 70s when he had The Jerk and the #1 comedy
Right.
album and was selling out arenas everywhere
Mhm.
and was the best SNL host. And
Yeah.
His and Her Sinks, Apex Mountain.
Oh, well, she
Has
gets
there
rid
been
of
more
it.
conversation
dear.
about His and Her Sinks in a movie ever?
I'm literally thinking through the other Nancy Meyers
I thought you made a
movies.
good case about
Yeah, and it makes
the
me
His
feel
Sink
bad.
just makes you feel
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. But then Steve Martin says, well, maybe you might want the
I gotta
his.
tell you though, we finally
pretty
got
great.
his and her sinks
Yeah,
after. It's
they're
like
a must.
the just not waiting to brush your teeth is absolutely. It's the little things, you know, that change your life.
Are you guilty of the same creep as I am, where my stuff is just slowly migrated over and taken over the
That's the
entire
thing. The double sink
vanity?
situation.
We
there's-
actually have
yeah.
separate. Like there's a bake, like separate basins,
Okay,
and the counter
fancy.
doesn't go.
Wow. Look
No,
at you.
it's but then I do use Zach's sometimes for like other stuff because mine is like full of everything, and so then I got to go over and use his counter space.
Nancy Meyers. I think it's The Holiday.
Well, The Holiday
Didn't The
doesn't-
Holiday
I-
make like a shitload of money?
Yeah.
Did
It's got
it?
to be The Holiday. I thought it did.
I think that's
It's Something's Got to Give?
yeah. I think because let's do Nancy Meyers box office really quickly because if I recall, The
I thought
Holiday
The
did,
Holiday
like,
crushed.
Nancy. I might be wrong.
They all make about 200 million.
Well, I think that's true, but I think The Holiday was a little bit lower in domestically, and then
All right. So we'll go Something's
and
Got to
Something's
Give.
Got to Give also gets
More nominations,
yeah.
right? And acting. I mean, Something's Got to Give is a better movie. I love this movie. I'm
yeah.
thrilled to rewatch it, but I actually rewatched Something's Got to Give this weekend as well.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
completist. And that
Wow.
was actually kind of a mistake because when you watch them back to back,
Yeah.
Something's Got to Give is slightly better.
Yeah.
I think I agree
It
with
is.
that.
I mean, it is, but
performances.
But I enjoy this
it's
movie more
earlier.
because it's funnier and there's more stuff to make fun of.
I'm with you 100%.
We don't get 3 zombie unemployed kids and Something's Got to Give. Divorced couple movies
not the Apex, but
where the couple is still, it centers around the couple being divorced but still being together.
yeah. I mean, Sorry to Be Sean for a second, but then there is like a whole
Well, you go the 50s, 60s.
yeah, the comedy of remarriage, like His Girl Friday, they're divorced, and then they wind up
I thought
together.
the greatest thing you did there was to be sorry to be Sean there for a second, which somehow felt insulting, which I loved.
I was like, I know she's gonna say something pretentious.
Yeah, no,
and I don't know what direction.
I said His Girl Friday, good movie.
I didn't think I thought you were gonna go like some French movie or like a separation,
no,
the Iranian movie about divorce, which is amazing.
Yeah, no, just like basically in the 40s and 50s.
His Girl Friday, I think Nancy Meyers has said, is like one of her greatest influences as a film.
Yeah,
and it shows up
on all of the screwball comedies. Yeah,
Philadelphia Story.
Yeah,
Krasinski.
Also.
No,
but close.
It's not The Quiet Place. I mean, they did that.
That's
movie.
a great point. I forgot about that. Yeah, and marrying Emily Blunt.
I do like this version of Krasinski. I'm good with.
Yeah,
I didn't like whatever this new version.
Chris Pratt ruined him because he saw what Chris Pratt did.
Yeah,
and then was like, I could do that.
And who's the other guy? Camille
Nanjiani.
Yeah, when he did the superhero movie, and then all of a sudden he got
super
buff.
ripped. Yeah.
Anyone who's like, look how buff I am now, you just like put a fucking clock on that when that's going to go badly. Nancy Meyers, Houses, probably the holiday, that one.
Oh,
House in the Holiday,
Cotswolds. The British house.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
This is the best kitchen.
I agree with that.
Whoa. Something's got to give kitchen, guys. Come
this
on.
Kitchen's
It's got
great.
But this something's got to give. It's got the island. And then it also has like the wraparound counter, so you can use the island for cooking, plus people can be sitting at the counter. There's more storage space. I don't want to get into it, but there are cabinets, I think it's just it's roomier.
It's a little more conventional.
Yeah. It is. This is lived in. But like she does have an IKEA storage thing. On the well, now we just have unlock your dream bathroom ads.
Oh man, look at the internet these days.
Something's got to give kitchen we are looking at.
Yeah, come on.
That's a giant island.
I know. Do you know in
Too
real
big.
life Nancy does 2 kitchen islands? Did
Really?
you know this?
No,
yeah,
I
she has
didn't.
one for cooking and
Nancy
one for
does
stuff.
love the islands.
So
Well, so do I.
you guys, I'm sure, have read or heard her speak about being like having mixed feelings about the fact that people are so obsessed with the interiors in her movies, or that.
Really? I would think she.
Yeah, she doesn't like it at all because I think she finds it reductive, and I think to the review that Mina or the reviews that Mina was talking about, like it is often discussed as fluff as opposed to
it's for chicks, it's for
and
older women, it's escapism.
Not with respect
Nancy,
for
if you're
actually.
listening, please don't feel that way.
Yeah, Nancy, this is hard
We
work.
love
It's
this
production
shit.
design. It's like it is actual. It's character development. She has a gift.
I feel, again, to go back to like the John Wick analogy of a genre film, it is like a beautifully choreographed fight. Like it's taking an element of a genre film and cranking it up to 11 and doing it in a better level than anyone else.
Yeah.
Nancy shouldn't feel that way. It's like my mispronunciations and factual errors that the audience enjoys.
Yeah.
I embrace it.
Okay.
I'm
There you
super
go.
happy that they can share that with me.
Croque Monsieur.
Yeah.
One more time.
Croque. That
Is it
might have been my
Monsieur?
toughest whatever.
Monsieur?
I think
Croque Monsieur.
Monsieur?
Craig couldn't say it
I'm
either.
not French. I think it's like Monsieur,
Yeah.
but it's like even though it's spelled MON.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This
Don't
is
rate me,
my
France.
first date with my husband. I confidently ordered broccoli rabe
Oh yeah.
and have gotten shit about that for ever. I think
Forever, I thought it was Tame Impala instead of Tame Impala. I don't know. I didn't hear it said outside for a long time. And then that's what I thought. Anyway, we're all here.
The mispronunciation things are so funny.
Yeah.
We were in a wedding in Pittsburgh, and one of my college roommates, Blue Boy, we drove by Duquesne University, and he said, "Hey, it's Duquesne." We still, 30 years later, it still comes up. Like, can't get enough of it. Lake Bell, Caitlin Fitzgerald, no. Zoe Kazan, no. And we'll go to Cruise or Hanks. I think this is a Hanks movie.
Yeah. 1,000%.
I don't Cruise in this movie. I don't know.
Hank says the
Any part is a
architect
disaster.
runs away with it. Like
Totally.
It would have been a good
But
one.
then but like maybe there's less tension.
Yeah.
Scorsese or Spielberg.
Oh, I think Scorsese. Give me a gritty version. Give me like
Gritty Santa Barbara?
Well, maybe it's not Santa
Kramer
Barbara.
versus
Maybe
Kramer is the gritty
maybe
version
it's
of
New
this
York, but
movie.
she like doesn't know what to do, and she's spiraling out, and like the one joint becomes
Pot turns into cocaine.
Yeah, and it's just like, what do I do? I like fucked up my whole life, and now I'm
All of a sudden,
sleeping with my
Sympathy for the
ex-husband.
Devil's playing.
Yeah, then
She's
the kids
doing
are actually
lines.
screwed up.
Does the head bob back?
Yeah, there we
with the-
go. She's already kind of doing the head bob just for different reasons.
What role would Philip Seymour Hoffman have played The Steve Martin part would have been interesting.
Plastic surgeon.
Oh.
He would be so funny at that.
He could have also young Philip Seymour Hoffman as the youngest kid.
Sure.
Just as we keep recasting that
Mm-hmm.
guy. Picky Nits, why did they break up in the first place? I don't know. It seemed like they had a lot of chemistry. I guess he just got a little randy with
He cheated.
Agnes.
And then why did he marry Agnes? It's very confusing.
Well,
and they
it seems like she,
Did you see her
and then she
six-pack
cheated
when
on
she
him with
walked
somebody
in?
else,
Sure.
and then they
Yeah,
got back
that did
together.
feel weird.
Yeah.
It's a little
And
weird.
it's a little.
I
it
think that
strains
they
credulity.
throw that in to make us not feel sorry for her. Not that we should anyways, because she is already the other woman.
Yeah.
But I think that little bit of biographical data is so that we as an audience have total permission to be like, screw that
Mhm.
woman.
Yeah.
She was complicit in one affair. She had another affair. It's not even his kid. Like if it was his kid, I actually think we would have felt maybe a little bit differently about him skipping out on
Totally.
them.
There's a lot of moves to make us not like her
Yes.
over 2 hours
Right.
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah.
Krasinski's picking it. Krasinski's definitely telling his wife immediately.
Yeah.
I just saw your dad and your mom going up into a hotel elevator and they're about to fuck. And you should know this right now.
Well,
Nobody's hiding that information. You don't hide shit from your spouses like that.
Especially that
That's-
because it's not.
What's the
it's
upside
not-
of hiding
right, there's
that?
not. It's not actually like bad. in
Well,
a sense.
I wouldn't be
let
able
me-
to
let me
wait
be
to
clear
tell
that
my
I-
wife
let me-
that this was happening.
let
I was
me be
like,
clear
you're
that
not going to believe what I just saw.
that I don't have any information like this in my real life. But I am thinking a little bit about, I don't know. No, not Patrick Swayze.
Swayze.
Swayze just got into the mix. He's like, what do
Like
you,
he's leaning in.
what do you have to
Swayze
say?
agreed.
There are some things where to protect the other person, it's like, do you need to know this thing that's going to just like freak you out for
I
no
guess
reason?
if there's something wrong with her, which there might be, the way they
Right,
present
yeah.
her.
We're drawing a line here.
Yeah.
Which is there's two types of people, and
Yeah.
Bill and I both love being the purveyors of gossip.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
It's
Yeah.
our,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
our entire
We would
texting
just-
relationship is built on this foundation. I love nothing more than going to the group chat with like a
I mean,
morsel.
sure. I love also having gossip and sharing the gossip, but like she would probably have a meltdown as she eventually does. So,
Does she? Like she
up.
put pajamas on outside for 1 minute.
yeah. I guess I would tell the person, but I don't know if I would run. It wouldn't feel like I found out this amazing story about like someone else's marriage or someone else's something. You know what I mean? It would feel a little bit more like I got to tell you this thing that's going
It's
on.
his father-in-law and his mother-in-law sneaking up this elevator to go fuck each other. Like he's definitely telling his wife
Yeah,
that.
he is, but I don't think he's going to be like, can you like, you know, it's not like the
Yeah, Mina and I would be
reveal
more
at
excited about it.
Oh my God. I would be texting as I'm walking away from them to 20
Yeah,
people.
I don't think that I would be Meryl being like, I'm having an affair with Agnes Adler's husband, you know?
Yeah.
I would tell my partner. I would tell it as a blind item to people I
Yeah.
know who have never
Sure.
even met them. You
Do
would not
more.
believe what
Yeah,
just happened
yeah.
to me. I'd
Yeah.
post a Reddit thread.
Any other pick and knits? We did a lot already.
I have one.
Yeah.
Do we
Yeah.
think the laptop scene was believable? Like the whatever they're in 2009, are they like chatting or video
Oh
chatting?
yeah, it was. They were very quick to like Skyping or
But why
whatever
is
that you were doing.
Alec Baldwin, the computer's open there.
Yeah.
He sees it. He's looking straight at it, and he
I
still
didn't understand
gets.
what he's trying to do in that scene.
I guess he's like
He's at the computer's.
he's seducing
he's, like,
her.
hiding
Yeah, but
in
it's like a
himself.
fig leaf, but instead of a fig
Yeah.
leaf, it's a computer
But
screen.
even in 2009, surely you would look at the computer screen before putting your junk
Yeah.
in front of it.
I agree
just
with
a
all of
little-
that. I
it's a
have
little-
my nitpick is like a 2 seconds later in that very scene, which is just like the butt double that you mentioned, like
Yeah.
is smooth as a baby's bottom. And that's just not very convincing given the amount of body hair
Yeah,
that we're
'cause we've
seeing
already
on
seen
the rest of
Baldwin,
Alec
yeah.
Baldwin. Yeah. It's a very obvious butt double. I have one more also.
Go.
Chocolate croissants are usually square. Thank you. They are, and they roll them up.
Yeah, you're right.
They're like
Yeah.
Pillsbury dough things. But when I bought one yesterday, and it was square. It was delicious.
They're really great.
They're
They're
so
really, really
good.
delicious.
Yeah.
There's never enough chocolate for me. I'm
Yeah,
always
you-
like eating around it.
Well, I
trying to
think
find
that's
You
what
and my
that was the
son.
secret with
Yeah.
her with in the movie.
Oh,
Meryl Streep's
she gets
chocolate.
all the
Jane's
chocolate.
I think there's a
Maybe
lot
the
of chocolate in the
triangle
Okay.
croissants.
works
Yeah.
more.
Also,
Yeah.
it takes like days to make a croissant.
Does
Yeah.
it?
You gotta let the dough sit. You don't just
It is
crank
a
a
lot of
croissant
work.
out.
Well, then maybe that dough was already there. Do you see them mixing the dough?
Yeah, she's running the dough through the thing to thin it out.
Well, yeah, but maybe that dough was made and set, and then she's thinning it out before. They are handling the dough a lot for what I'm not an expert.
For like a midnight croissant. One, it's perfect. And
You're
two,
not
it was very
supposed to
quick.
get that handsy with dough, as I understand it. It toughens it up. Anyway.
My thing is for the amount of time it takes to make a cookie versus the amount of time it takes to make a croissant.
Yeah.
The disparity of quality is not worth the extra time. I'd rather just have the cookie. You just have a really good chocolate chip cookie versus like, I'm going to spend 3 more days making you this chocolate croissant.
It's a very patient thing for them to do as two high people.
Totally. I have been almost shunned from my family for having a box of baked goods, taking a chocolate croissant, and just taking out the chocolate part and eating it. Because I don't want to eat the rest of it. So, there's like a strip in the middle of chocolate.
Yeah.
Like rip off the other sides of it.
I'll do that with the bottom of the croissant because that's where the chocolate and the butter meet the pan. And so the dough is extra chocolatey buttery.
This is
you don't
making me
need the
hungry.
top. I know.
Sequel, prequel, prestige TV all black cast or untouchable. I'd actually be in for the all black cast for this one. I think they could run that back. I got kind of excited thinking about it. Maybe that's what Netflix could do.
I would also watch a prequel that is why they got divorced. I mean, and it would be gnarly. It wouldn't feel as good.
That's Kramer versus Kramer.
It is sort of Kramer versus Kramer, but whatever's on the whole Santa Barbara scene, the affair, whatever's going on with Lake Bell, I'd watch it.
Her movies never really put you in the pain.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of why they're so enjoyable to rewatch is like, I'm never going to feel that bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the worst I'm going to feel is when at the very end, like, oh, Alec Baldwin's not going to get back together.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is this movie better with Wayne Jenkins, Danny Trejo, Doris Burke, Sam Jackson, Nell, Byron Mayo, Tony Romo, Chris Collinsworth, Daniel Plainview, Longlegs, or Wilford Brimley? In the firm. Since Mina's here, we got to do football. I think Tony Romo doing
As
the
who?
laptop. Tony Romo announcing the laptop scene.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
funny.
funny.
Right.
Let's get in his bed, Jim. He's going for it.
I was also thinking football, but what about Chris Collinsworth just at the bakery ordering? Doesn't he see like in a little quarter vest?
Oh my!
You can see it, right?
Look at these chocolate croissants, Mike. They look so good.
Here is a guy.
Oh man,
he has a little bit of a romantic comedy energy to
Chris?
him.
Chris
Yeah, a
Collinsworth.
little
You
bit.
could see him in the
Oh
mix
man, this
here.
bakery smells so good,
Yeah.
Mike. Football's coming back, Craig.
Collinsworth is a sneaky Liz Kelly crush.
Really?
She
Wow.
thinks he's kind of
Wow.
a silver fox.
We're less than, what are we, 8 weeks away now? As we tape this on Monday, July
I'm doing
7th?
I did division
Wow.
previews this week.
Holy mackerel. Just one Oscar. Who gets it? Interesting question.
Alec
You could
Baldwin.
go
Alec
Baldwin.
Gotta be Alec
supporting
Baldwin.
actor.
Alec Baldwin
Yeah.
runs away with this
Absolutely.
movie.
It's a classic supporting actor, fun one. I'm for it.
Do you want to quickly go through the 2010 Oscars to
Yeah,
see
of course.
who we go 2000? I'm always so confused with the Oscars. It's like the Super Bowl. There we go.
Yeah, like what do we call it? The 2009
yeah, it's
2009
like what year is it?
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, supporting actor. Wow.
Okay.
Christoph Waltz, Bastards.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he should win.
Stanley Tucci, Lovely Bones.
Yeah, we could replace it.
Christopher Plummer in The Last Station. Woody Harrelson in The Messenger. Matt Damon in Invictus.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on
That
there?
is
here?
bad.
Invictus?
Yeah.
Jesus, Baldwin could have snuck in there.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, glad we did that. Probably an answerable question. Does Jack have a job? What's his job? Does he have an office? Where's he going?
He's
Has
just
time to just drive, hang out at his wife's driveway?
Jake?
Jake.
Jake.
He's a lawyer,
Yeah,
right?
He made partner.
Did I say Jack?
Yeah, you said Jack.
Well,
Yeah.
the gas is really starting to get the gasoline in my sleeve. Jake. But Jake,
he
no
does have
cases,
a lot of
nothing?
time.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of lawyer and what kind of
Does he
business
take a work
is the
call?
Santa Barbara firm seeing? Like what? All
Right.
the people who have money in Santa Barbara, what's it from? Like oil, aerospace?
It's probably a lot of like real estate disputes.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah,
trying to sue
I have
companies
a
that are trying
friend
to
who
build.
grew up there with money, and his
Yeah.
dad is a lawyer. No, his mom is a lawyer, and
Yeah.
his dad is a doctor.
Oh,
And
okay.
I think that's it. I think it's like doctors and lawyers
Oh, wow.
and retired
Okay.
people.
Is this the Meryl Streep laugh record for a movie? I think it has to be. It's like over 120 Meryl
Yeah,
Streep
probably.
laughs.
Nervous laughs, funny laughs.
Like 1 to 2 a minute. She's like
Uncomfortable laugh.
1.12
Yeah.
laughs per minute
Yeah.
in this. I have one more. If you guys have any, either of you have one, I have a really good one.
What is it?
I mean, I do. I would
probably unanswerable questions.
Yeah, I would like to know what's in the noodle thing that they talk about and fight over at the end.
I thought it might. They show a pasta salad earlier, and I was thinking maybe
the green one, like the pesto,
with the cherry tomatoes looking in it. That also made me hungry.
It was
All right, here's my unanswerable question: should it be okay to have an affair with your ex-wife?
Like, so you're remarried or ex?
I have a lot of.
So
should the first wife have territorial dibs for eternity, regardless of what happens with future marriages?
Okay, so you guys are this. You're in the. This is your lives.
This is the kind of content we need, Craig.
Yeah.
My take is this kind of connects when we were talking about Lake Bell's character. If the second wife is who you left her for, green light.
So,
interesting.
That's okay. Good one. Yeah.
She knew what she was buying into.
Yes.
If, however, you get divorced, you met someone else, not cool.
So it has to be some sort of connection to the first marriage.
I think that's
pretty good.
Is that fair?
Yeah. Yes.
I think I agree with that.
I'm okay with it.
No one watching this movie feels an ounce of sympathy for Lake Bell's character at any point. And the movie takes great pains.
But if they had gotten divorced and he had just married some like school teacher who's like a kindergarten teacher, then you start feeling bad.
Yes. Let me refer. Okay, the age factor.
Mm-hmm.
What if he was with a woman his age?
I still think you made the key distinction, which is if the spouse cheated with the new spouse.
Yeah.
Then the other person, the third person, is fair game. Maybe it doesn't have dibs, but it's not bad. You're not a bad person.
I'm really glad we talked this out.
Yeah.
What piece of memorabilia would you want or not want from this movie? It can't be any of the food because food
or the
can't
house.
Keep. Or the house.
Yeah. Garden hat. Meryl's garden hat. I thought it looked pretty good. I told you I'm in the market for a wider brimmed hat.
Are you gardening?
We're trying. We're doing
you
some
have that great little terrace.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, listen, we already had to get rid of one plant, but listen, they teach the children to garden at in preschool now. So my son has a little basil plant that he wants to. So we're trying to keep one thing alive for Knox.
I didn't have an answer for this one. I wouldn't want any memorabilia from this movie.
All right.
Couldn't come up with one thing.
The cars aren't eligible either, right?
No. I thought the fake joints they used for this could be fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know where you would, who would I show that to?
Right. Well, what about
come into my study. Here's the fake joint from It's Complicated. I don't know.
Do you garden?
Maybe the sign of was there a sign of the bakery she owned?
I don't think they show the outside of it ever, only the inside. I don't garden.
Okay.
But I bake, but no gardening.
Yeah.
The Coach Finstock Award, Best Life Lesson. I think it's okay to hook up with your ex-husband if he's with the person that he had the affair with.
Yeah.
I think we've just figured that out. I think that's now a life lesson.
Okay, that's good. That's important.
Best double feature choice, Mina. What do you have? And is this movie first or second in the double feature?
It's Something's Gotta Give. I would not watch this with Something's Gotta Give, actually.
You wouldn't?
That is my recommend. After literally doing that this weekend, do not do it. They're too similar, and this movie does not benefit from the comparison.
Good to know.
Okay.
I think Kramer versus Kramer in this movie would actually be a very funny double feater.
That's a good one. I like that.
The Meryl divorce.
Yeah, that's
classics.
A good one. I have a slightly lighter weight one, which is Julia versus Julia, which is the same year. Also Meryl Streep. You get one lesser but still enjoyable Nora Ephron, one mid-tier but great Nancy Meyers.
Okay.
Same era. Compare and contrast. And have a great time.
I'm doing Irreconcilable Differences.
Oh, it's a good one.
Which is not available anywhere.
Yeah, which is impossible to see.
God hates us. Who won the movie?
Baldwin?
Yeah.
I think Baldwin won the movie. As good as Streep, as likable as she is in it, I think he's just really great in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially someone whose reputation. I hadn't seen this movie since 2009 until I'd seen it maybe once since then, but it's been a while. Rewatching it, I was shocked by how good he is in it. And I remember thinking at the time, but it's oh my God, what a performance.
Yeah.
Craig, who won the movie?
Baldwin for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you have for your thoughts?
I've seen this movie a couple times. It's great. Super enjoyable. I think it was better this time than when I had last watched it. Poor Ebert just didn't know what was coming. I mean, there was probably only 5 good rom-coms after this movie since then, right? I mean,
True.
There's just not a lot out there, and I think it was a little bit of an embarrassment of riches of rom-coms for a while. It was slowing down, I think, in the 2000s, but I also think this movie is like more about food than any movie that's not explicitly about food. Like so many of the relationships are surrounded by food. I love the subtext of like, and I just noticed this time, like the way Baldwin's character eats and interacts with her food versus how Steve Martin's character eats and interacts with her food is like very indicative of their relationships and the way they interact with one another. Even like the family, there's just so many, like the late night snacking after the family dinner where they're all at the fridge, like eating the leftovers around the island. The dinner party, her serving everybody, the late night ice cream, the drunk croissant. I just think this is one of the best food movies ever, and it's not really about food at all.
Are you saying it feels like everyone else is like entitled to her food and they expect it to just be around? And
or how they behave with the food. Like Baldwin's like a glutton.
Like, where's the noodles?
Grateful.
No, I finished it.
Yeah, and how indulgent he is with it.
Yeah.
Him like coming over and eating the croque monsieur.
Yeah.
Even though it was like Steve Martin's, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's a mom-com.
The youngest son is just smiling like a psychopath as he eats leftover noodles.
Yeah, the kids make
thinks
no
about
sense.
killing people.
I had a title idea. This was actually the title of a rom-com that came 5 years later, which I never saw. But Meryl Streep in this movie refers to herself now as the other woman, which I thought would have been a good title.
The Other Woman is the rom-com that's not as good.
That's a good one, and it is not as good.
And she calls herself the other woman.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny.
Who's in that one?
It's Brooklyn Decker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you're talking about.
No, Kate Upton? It's Kate Upton.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Kate Upton.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I apologize.
Is it
to
Leslie
Brooklyn
Mann?
Decker,
Who's
then.
the other woman?
My
You're
wife
right.
likes that movie.
And Cameron
and
Diaz.
The Sweetest Thing is a big
Thing.
favorite for
Okay.
her. Although she likes every rom-com. I don't even know if it's just she likes all of them.
Yeah.
It's the biggest casualty of streaming, right? The rom-com. It'll never come back
They've
to
just
theaters.
they're bad now.
They won't.
Setup was really good, I thought.
It was.
The Glenn Powell.
Pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
8 years ago.
Yeah.
Jeez. Palm
7
Springs,
years
I
ago?
thought was good.
It was.
That
good.
was the
And
last.
that was
5 years
20 Yeah,
ago.
that was
Yeah,
2020.
right. That's the last good one that I
That's also like a genre.
Like that
rom-com.
Sydney Sweeney. We
Anyone but
we
you.
love Glenn Powell here in the
Yeah.
rewatchables, but that movie was
That's
bad.
one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Incredibly bad.
Awful.
And I say that as someone who loves rom-coms. So many plot points in that movie hinge on someone overhearing something.
Right.
Like multiple
Just
times.
like, oh.
Right.
Yeah, it's bad.
My
They
daughter loved it and saw it like 10 times.
Well,
Maybe that's your answer.
You know, that's the problem. The other one is they
We're
won't give
losing
Nancy.
recipes.
They won't give Nancy the money to make her movie.
Give Nancy
I
the
know.
money.
Give Nancy
All of these
the
movies
money.
are good.
She was getting crazy budgets. 80 million for Something's Gotta Give in 03. That was more than the Matrix budget.
Yeah, but then it made.
Which movie has stood the test of time?
We're gonna listen. Hydrangeas cost a
saying,
lot.
they
Okay,
were doling it out.
Hydrangeas are expensive, and that volume to have on set every day. That's what it costs.
It is insane to spend $180 million on a Nancy Myers movie.
I mean,
Keanu
that's more than
Keanu
most
like
Reeves,
dialogue
Keanu Reeves was
movies
also
with a house.
better in Something's Gotta Give than he was in The Matrix.
Yeah, you're-
That's my hottest take.
That is there
Oh,
we
that's
go.
a great one.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah. He's so good
He is
in
an
it.
incredible performer.
The perfect younger man.
I can't believe he exists.
She wanted 180 for her. That's like twice Sinner's budget.
Well, but
Jerry
it was
Jones.
Netflix. They were gonna have to pay everyone in advance or something.
I
I
think
don't
she
know.
must have had an agent who was just like,
It was
I think I can get him to
Well, she got
180.
big stars. I feel like
Scarlett
Yeah,
Johansson.
a lot of it's
Yeah.
the actor. budget.
Yeah.
Thanks to Craig and Jack and Ronak. Amanda,
Bill,
it's good to have you back in the fold.
it's really nice to be here.
Mina Kimes, first time in a while, first one in person. You'll do this again with us
An
at some
honor
point.
to talk
Did you have
about
fun?
the goat. Oh my God. You texted me, do you like It's Complicated? Nancy
Yeah.
Myers. And I was like, this is the moment I've been waiting my whole life for.
I know it's
to talk about this
really,
movie.
really exciting when you get one of those texts. Just
Yeah,
yes.
when I'm like feeling you out for
like
the movie.
yeah, but
Yeah.
like the two I've gotten were Working Girl and then It's Complicated in a row. Like I'm living
Well,
my
I
dream.
knew that, but I knew
know.
you loved Working Girl.
I
though.
know,
That's
but
like
I just
your favorite movie.
It's really exciting to
Yeah.
get to talk about the movies.
All right, good to see you both. Thank you.